channel's private show.
Privacy, please.
You know, I put it that it was for May. I need to fix that. It says May. Man, that's what happens when you're doing like 100 things at once. It's April. At least I got the year right.
2018. It's a good year. It's better than 2017, at least, I think.
It was just a late April Fool's joke, man.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome back, Evan.
Oh, thanks for having me back.
We've been missing you.
Yeah,
I've been missing you guys, too.
What's been going on in the world of Evanism? Anything
new?
Man.
Oh, yeah, I'm working on uploading my consciousness onto the fucking internet, man.
Wow. Is that so like when your physical body dies, you can just live on forever on the internet? Is that it?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. Actually, I'm making an Evan LeFavor chat bot so that anyone in the world can talk to their friend forever, Evan LeFavor, about any topic they want, any time of the day, you know, and
forever?
Everybody can get their little slice of Evan. So
little slice of Evan.
That's beautiful.
A little slice of Evan.
They're going to be children in the year 3042 talking to you via the automated script. They're going to be like, Sir Evan, is it true that the nanobots took over the Earth in 2045 and you were the only man withstanding? Sir Evan? I imagine that's what kids are going to say in the future. I don't know. I'm not going to be here. I'll probably die before September?
No.
I don't know, man. I'm not trying to overshoot anything.
You are well known for making the statement that you are going to live forever, my friend, and a lot of people want to see that accomplished, man.
I'm going to live forever. Any less would be too soon.
Hell yeah.
I lost another about 1.5 pounds from the last time I weighed under 500 pounds. I was at 499.8 2 days ago. Now I'm at 498.2.
Damn.
0.2.
Holy shit.
So I'm shedding pounds.
It says we're dropping some frames, which is kind of weird, but I think we'll be all right. I think it's going to come back up.
That's doo-doo, baby.
Yeah, I mean, keep on. I mean, sounds like you're doing pretty good.
I'm going to be small one day. Me and Pimp Monk are going to measure dicks.
Well, I will still lose. My dick's always going to be small.
See, I don't think that's very fair. Like, my dick, the fatter I get, the smaller it gets. That's just science. But, like, as I lose weight, I'm gaining, like, not just length. I'm getting, like, girth and shit, too.
The weight is going down into your dick somehow.
To the base, yeah. I guess the base was, like, super strong from having to deal with all the fat for so long. I don't know how that works. It just looks like a fucking parking cone. It's pretty sweet. Back that ass crazy. Up. Beep,
yeah, I don't know why, but we're dropping frames every now and then. Who fucking knows?
Wow. I'm definitely not downloading pornography on the Wi-Fi.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm definitely not.
It was just like a split second.
Should I stop
downloading? There is a little bit of droppage still, though. Who fucking knows why it's happening? Hopefully it's not too bad.
Should I stop downloading the midget fisting porn on your Wi-Fi?
No, you keep on with that. I want to see
it's high def.
How's it out there, chat? Let me know. Like, is it really bad?
In the year 2000.
Billy,
it could be. It could be my ISP throttling me.
Ooh. Have you checked how much limited data you're allowed?
I don't know. I know it's not unlimited, so I probably have to check that. I could be getting throttled.
Ooh, that would be boo-boo.
That's all right. We'll get through this. As long as it, is very sporadic, we should be okay. Let me see what the chat's saying.
I always make a point to unplug my modem and then plug it back in and let it reset itself before I do a live stream, just because I think only so much data can be processed through your modem before it starts throttling or just like limiting your bandwidth somehow.
Yeah, I actually have XSplit like alerting me to the fact that it was dropping frames, but it seems mostly okay. I guess we'll get through it, and then I'll deal with shit as it comes. Let me, guys, I'll check the chat periodically. Let me know if it gets really bad. If it gets really bad, we'll have to do something about it. But otherwise, if it's just every few frames, whatever. Let's see here. Oh,
So,
last night, Joe, I obliterated him. I was hungover today, but it wasn't that bad. And Joe's so fucking embarrassed, he's not going to be around for a while. I embarrassed him that bad.
Were you hungover?
Little bit.
Worse today than after you beat me?
Yes.
Wow. Because I put you...
And that was like
to the
6
test.
hours, yeah.
Yeah. No, it was over 6 hours, right? Because we did a
yeah.
6-hour private, and then we did that public April Fool's stream, and that shit was... I think we went like 8.5 hours of drinking and bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Long time.
That's a long-ass time.
I think well, the thing that really did me in was the end, and that's what did in Joe, was it was like rapid-fire shots.
Yeah.
And yeah, Joe just couldn't handle it. I think he wanted to go longer. He just couldn't.
I think you lucked out, dude, because you had like 3 more spins, I think, on
Yeah.
deck, and Joe just spewed before you could get to the spins.
And I whooped his ass in trivia, too. Like, I thought he was going to be better than that at trivia.
He usually is. I think some of the time he was like protesting, throwing answers, just being a little dick, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Joey.
See, that's
Joey,
the
stop.
bullshit. He was
Just
doing it on
stop.
purpose because he was mad about losing. So he's like, I'll just make myself lose more, and then it won't even be valid. What a little kid, man. It's like when I was a kid and I'd play Nintendo with a friend and I'd be whooping their ass and they'd be like slapping my controller and shit.
some people don't know how to lose. you know?
Right.
True.
Right.
They're wonderful people as long as they're winning, and then they start losing, and it's like, I'm gonna kill a cat.
I mean, like, okay.
I'm gonna
when it's when you're like a pro athlete and it's your job, I get it then. When it's something inconsequential, it's a video game where you can literally, if you lose, you can play again and try again and there's no consequences.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I think if you're a pro athlete, you should be better at losing because you're getting paid either way, right?
I
You're
mean,
not gonna get bonuses
you're getting
and shit, but you're still.
and you may not get your contract renewed. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
winning
true.
is everything.
Depends on what kind of athlete you are, you know.
Like a
It's
football player.
But if you're a pro athlete and you're not good enough to get your contract renewed, you deserve to lose, fucking loser.
But that's why they get
Piece of
mad.
shit.
But that's why they get
They
mad.
shouldn't. Why you mad, bro? Why you mad? Why you mad, LeBron James?
Well, it's
Actually,
like Ronda Rousey.
LeBron James is-
she had her pride on the line, and then she lost, and then she got all butthurt about losing, and now she's in WWE. You know.
Yeah, too bad
Oh,
she
yeah.
fell into a very poor career. Wait a minute.
Well, I think Ronda Rousey actually was just very protected in the
Yeah.
UFC, and she had the right matchups for a long time, and they just couldn't protect her anymore. And they gave her somebody who could obviously deal with her training. What was her main martial arts that she'd studied? Was it-
Well, originally she did judo. She was
Judo, yeah.
she was in the Olympics for judo, and judo's like the sport version of jujitsu.
okay,
So-
but jujitsu is more MMA than judo, right?
Well, yeah, judo was a sport in the Olympics forever, way before MMA.
Okay.
And jujitsu is like the more like full contact version of judo.
Yeah, the Brazilian jiu-jitsu is like that's
Brazilian
UFC's
jiu-jitsu is a type of jiu-jitsu
But the
created by Helio Gracie.
But the backbone of
Really,
UFC
I
has
thought
been
the
like
fucking
Brazilian
Jews
jiu-jitsu,
created that shit. Man.
They created Krav Maga.
Jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
A Jew-shitsu, is that a Jewish dog?
Yeah.
But yeah, Ronda Rousey's judo training isn't really the type of training you'd want in the UFC.
I mean, she used those techniques. That was the foundation for judo and jiu-jitsu are the same in many ways. It's just one is more of like a sport, and one is like a self-defense slash full contact martial art. Judo's mainly just like throwing and stuff, and jiu-jitsu's way more than that.
yeah. Those
Judo's about points.
There are judo chops, though, right?
I'm sure there's strikes in judo, but when you watch the Olympics, it's mainly about throwing.
Didn't Austin Powers, wasn't he always would say, judo chop?
Yeah, but you're using something Austin Powers says.
Well, I don't know. That's the fat
Okay.
bastard in Austin Powers taught me everything I know about fighting.
Yeah. In my belly.
Hell yeah.
Judo chop. Here's a video. Man in police standoff dances on roof.
We're following breaking news. This incredible video you'll only see on RTV6.
Best entrance of 2018.
On the city's east side, just north of Interstate 70. That standoff just ended, and RTV6 was there. A man barricaded himself inside a home and set it on fire.
This is the next one they're gonna like edit some music into.
Surprisingly enough, though, I don't feel like this dance would work with everything like the one Fat Guy's dance always did. I don't know. We'll have to see. Because this dance is just a little too slow. The Fat Guy had some sort of weird rhythm that was matched up every BPM.
Yeah, he was basically doing like the Roger Rabbit or something, wasn't he? Or the Running Man?
Kind of, yeah. The fatting man.
When he was doing it, it took me back to New Kids on the Block, the Right Stuff, because they kind of did that dance. Yeah.
Get the latest from RTV6's Julie Pursley. Julie.
Metro police are putting together the pieces of what happened here in the 2500 block of Lehman. They say an ex-boyfriend went into a woman's house, stole her keys, took her car, and then crashed into that pole. You see, only half of it's there. It's dangling. Then she called police, and when they got here, there's a chair behind those firefighters. They say the man was sitting in that chair holding a knife. Now take a look at this.
How did the house end up catching on fire?
See,
this is a fucking disaster.
I'm trying to see how this point A has gotten to the point B.
So he went to his girlfriend's house, crashed
her fucking car into a pole.
Didn't he slap her around or something? Is that what they said?
Slapped her around, sat out front in a chair with a fucking whittling knife. The police came, and then somehow he got on the flaming rooftop.
It's exclusive video that we got. Photographer Glenn Welling and I were here as this was happening.
Shit.
The man came out onto the roof, and he was talking to the police officers. He had a knife in his hand. They were trying to talk him into coming down. He went back into the house.
Are they shooting him with shit? Was that a beanbag gun or something?
After they fired rubber bullets hitting him. When he went back into the home, all of a sudden we saw smoke and flames.
Oh, shit. I was hoping he was going to do the moonwalk, man, but this is good.
Coming from that house, they repeatedly tried to talk him out of the burning home. He eventually came out.
He looked at the ladder like, hey, don't you see I'm dancing here?
Someone said it's cynic.
It was dancing on the roof, as you could see flames shooting from the house. A detective
he must be
was here on the
most
ground
fire
along
mixtape of 2018.
That must have been when they shot him with the rubber bullet because he went down.
Other officers and firefighters.
When he was dancing, they're like, fuck you. Boom.
Fighters trying to talk him down.
Oh, they definitely.
eventually.
They're lucky they didn't shoot lethal rounds at him, you know? He's taunting them like that. The cops don't fuck around. They could be like, "Oh, we thought he was throwing the knife in a rhythmic fashion."
If he was white, though, if he was white, they would have let him finish his dance.
Well, if he was white, the dance wouldn't be noted as a dance. They'd have thought he was squirming, trying to climb off the roof. Because white people have no rhythm. Peckerwood, honky,
look at the little white boy having a seizure.
The
white man's having a seizure on the roof.
And then they went up with a taser. They hit him with a taser. He went down, and that is when they were able to take him into custody.
That's what knocked him over. Was
Metro
the taser.
police officers are still piecing all of this together. And our own Jack Reinhardt.
He's all dancing like, about to get tased, y'all.
Yeah.
I've seen mentally ill black people get shot for less, though. I've seen a guy get shot for having a screwdriver in his hand. So you're right. This dude got off lucky, man.
Well, he was standing on top of a burning house.
Wait a minute, that's not a guy with a screwdriver in his hand is not less. That would be more dangerous, I think.
Really?
Was the guy attacking with a screwdriver?
Oh, the dude had a knife. I didn't say the knife.
There was a guy here in Seattle that was just walking, whittling a piece of wood with a little whittling knife, and he was walking away from a cop crossing a street. The cop pulled up on him. The guy was deaf, couldn't hear him. The cop was like, sir, stop, sir, stop. The guy didn't stop because he couldn't hear him, and the cop just shot him in the back, killed him.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know? It's like, cops don't...
Well, you should have listened.
Cops don't know what he couldn't hear. Cops don't know what the fuck they're doing until it's too late most of the time.
Yeah. Well, they're taught to shoot now, ask later.
Yeah, there's great cops in this world, but that doesn't make up for the ones that shouldn't be carrying a gun.
That's like John Cena giving the 5-knuckle shuffle to blind people, man. It's like, dude, we already know they can't see, man.
She's got that look like she's taking a shit. Look at her just.
And she's got a growler on deck.
Yeah, this hurts.
She could have adult diapers on, man.
I bet you somebody gave her that necklace shortly before they wiped their cum off in her hair.
Well,
dude, I went to this concert with a bunch. It was a Satanist band, and like there was people in the audience shitting their pants during the show on purpose, just because that's what their fans do, is come to the show and shit their pants.
When did you go to this show?
Oh, it was on the West Bank in Minneapolis, man.
Did it stink?
Oh yeah, it stunk, man. I had to get the fuck out of there, man.
Did you say it was a real shit show?
Yeah, it was a shit show for real, man.
That's amazing. I want my fans to start shitting their pants at shows. Like, hey guys, welcome to my show. You know, this is a thing we do around here. All the fans in the audience just shit themselves right now.
And that sounds like a party to me.
They're like, okay, we're going to poop now, Billy.
I spoke to the ex-girlfriend. We will hear more from her coming up tonight on RTV6 at 4, 5, and 6. Now, what one of the officers here at the scene was able to tell Jack Reinhardt is that this man is known to have anger issues. Again, Metro Police and firefighters put their lives on the line today, but they were able...
Have they said how the building caught on fire yet?
I know. I don't know. We never got to that point yet.
To get this man out of here by firing rubber bullets and then tasing him. He was taken away on a gurney, and Jack Reinhardt said as he went past him, because we were on this end and Jack was down here, he said the man had a smile on his face. We'll continue to follow this developing story throughout the day. Reporting live, Julie Pursley, RTV6.
It was a
Yeah, that's really painting yourself into the corner. If you're trying to stop the cops from arresting you, so you start the house on fire so they can't get up there to fucking get you, but you forget the fact that the house is now on fire, and oh fuck, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I think the guy probably just wanted to go to jail, needed somewhere to sleep and some meals. Probably got kicked out of his house or something. He seemed like he was on a terror rampage, right? Like just doing things to go to jail. Crashed the car into a fucking pole, lights a house on fire, sits on the roof dancing in front of cops, avoiding arrest. That's somebody who's like wants a bed and 3 meals a day.
About to get tased.
He's a perfectly nice guy, Billy.
He's a good boy.
Beat the hell out of his woman, burn a house down. He's nice.
Let's take a look at the next one. How police lineups jail the innocent. This is an article from BBC News.
I'm angry. I'm angry at what happened. They took away 8 years of my life. They hurt people that loved me.
Eyewitness identification is not perfect. In fact, far from it.
That's been the basic problem all along. People have the wrong theory about how memory works.
It took a toll on everybody.
All right, love, I know you're nervous. Just have a good look and take your time.
You're probably familiar with scenes like these in movies and television shows. Eyewitnesses or victims of a crime are presented with a lineup of possible wrongdoers. More commonly, it's done with photos.
A lineup has 1 suspect who the police think did the crime and 5 people who they know didn't do the crime.
The eyewitness is asked to pick out the culprit, but this procedure is not error-proof.
It sounds perfectly reasonable, but you have to be careful about how you do it because it's easy to do it in such a way that you'll get an incorrect response, and you don't want an incorrect answer. You want accurate eyewitness memory.
In the United States...
Okay, so how do you know? How do you know it's accurate? You can't go back in time and check.
Evan, can we go back in time yet?
They can't. The cops can't, thankfully.
Eyewitness misidentification is one of the leading causes of why people go to prison for crimes they did not commit.
Okay, doesn't that mean it's time to stop using it?
Yeah, right.
I mean, if it's the #1 reason.
Yeah, but it's because cops kind of push people. They give them selective memory, and they kind of push them into the remembering what they want them to remember so they can close the case.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I mean, I've seen videos of cops interrogating people and getting confessions out of them for crimes they literally didn't do.
Yeah, the Making the Murderer Netflix special where they have the little like slow kid in the room, and he's like, "I just want to go to WrestleMania," and they're like, "You know, you can't go back to school or go to WrestleMania if you don't admit you raped that woman."
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, I guess so. What do you want me to say so I can go to WrestleMania?"
Wow, that's fucking
was that
terrible.
Nicholas, man? You talk about the tag team champ, Nicholas?
It was Nicholas, yeah. I raped and murdered a woman, now I'm tag team champion.
The number of exonerees released after being wrongfully imprisoned has nearly tripled.
My case is a classic case of mistaken identification.
In 2006, Uriah Courtney was convicted of charges involving the 2004 rape of a minor.
A man had attacked her from behind to claim that she didn't get a good look at the guy's face. She picked my photo out of a 6-pack photo lineup, but she also...
Do they have to pick one? Could they just say, like, you know, none of them because I didn't get a good look at them?
I think the police kind of coerced them into saying, well, which one do you think it is?
This is so fucked up. Yeah, when you're in the business of jailing people, that's more important than justice.
So I identified 2 other individuals, so she was uncertain.
Despite the victim's
like
Uriah was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison.
He doesn't look innocent, though, with all those pockmarks on his face.
What does that have to... Because he had bad acne, that means he's a rapist?
Oh,
because that's the only way he can get...
If not rapist, something.
This is telling you they're not sure early on. Believe them that they're at high risk.
You could tell anybody with acne or a speech impediment,
is talking
any
about
adult with a speech impediment is probably guilty.
So Warski's guilty.
You've seen the usual
When an
suspects too
eyewitness
many
demonstrates
times,
high confidence about their choice of a suspect,
verbal Kent, man.
they're most likely to be correct.
The lay public makes the mistake of paying attention to
This guy's
confidence
guilty.
months or years later.
These guys are not
when a
guilty.
witness gets on
Well,
the
they're all
stand
guilty. They're black.
and says, "I'm confident that's the guy who did it." At that time, confidence is not that informative.
racist.
They may have seen the photo of the perpetrator many times. By the time they get to trial, their memory is contaminated by then.
Confidence is one of 5 practices to the lineup procedure, now being adopted by some law enforcement agencies. The other practices include filming the procedure, blind administration of the lineup by an officer not familiar with the case, reading to the eyewitness a list of instructions that state the suspect may or may not be among the lineup, and that the others in the lineup resemble the witness's description of the perpetrator. Until 2017, legal standards for the procedure varied widely across the United States. Other countries have also tightened up. In the UK, they no longer do so-called identity parades.
We want to make sure that in cases based in whole or in part on eyewitness identification, that we do everything in our power to minimize the risk of a wrongful identification.
It sounds like it's the worst thing you can possibly do if you don't want to convict innocent people.
Well, if you want to minimize the risk of yourself getting falsely identified, don't go outside if you have pimples or a speech impediment.
Yeah.
And you probably won't get arrested.
There's
then.
no speech impediment. Like, they can't hear the speech impediment in a lineup, though.
You can kind of tell by the way their lip curls. Yep, you know. The way you curled your lip right there.
Yeah.
You knew. Ben knew.
You can look at certain people and say...
State Senator Scott
Yeah, they're just, you know, that's just, you can just tell.
Wiener has drafted a
Like, look at every one of those
that
lineups.
will
All
adopt
6
the
guys
federal
look like
procedures for
scumbags.
eyewitness lineups.
It's not like we're taking a
It's
fucking
just
good
terrible for
Samaritan
the whole
out of
system,
the
and it's
public.
bad for
This
public
guy
safety.
wasn't in the
If you are
lineup.
Wrongfully convicted.
This guy
of an
wasn't in the
innocent
lineup. I'd be like,
person,
oh,
then
he's
there's a guilty
innocent.
person out committing crimes.
Send him back to the IT
And
room.
Everyone's
Fix my
innocent.
internet, dude.
To correctly identify the people that
This
we
child's
send
innocent.
to jail.
No,
He's not.
It's
Wait, no, he was
utterly
the one that was
devastating.
innocent. God gave
to
me
be
you.
told that you're going to
theist.
spend the rest of your life.
God
in
didn't give you your freedom, pussy. Where's your prayer now? I guess he is out.
Yeah.
he's out.
Okay, never mind.
prison. It's
Well, you got to
even
wonder
worse.
if the people in these
Are you channeling
lineups, if
Joe
they,
or
like,
what? Just rattling off ridiculous insults without even paying attention to what's going on. Maybe you've been spending too much time with him, Billy.
Yeah. Are you banning me from hanging out with Joseph Benjamin?
Yes. He's a bad influence.
He's a bad influence.
Yep.
No, it's like
He's a bad boy.
we live in a prison industrial complex, right? Like we have the highest level of imprisoned citizens of any country,
Yes.
by far, and we have private companies making tons of fucking money off of it.
Absolutely.
It's this type of stuff. It just I can't take it seriously because the more serious you take it, the more fucking evil and corrupt it is, and you should really be angry. And there's nothing we can do about it because there's people making fucking money off of it.
Weed getting legalized was like their worst nightmare too. Like in the states where it got legalized, yeah, they would lobby to keep it illegal.
Yeah, which is
it's for a crime that you didn't commit.
Yeah, you gotta wonder.
Uriah was ultimately freed.
You gotta
on the
wonder where
basis
they're
of
getting the
DNA
people for these lineups too, man. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, like I've talked about.
Are they just people that look the same out of the jail? Are they just going into the jail and saying, "Hey, you got a big nose, you got big ears"? Yeah, they said the suspect had big ears. It's like, shouldn't these fuckers have alibis or something? Like,
well, I think that's what they do. They round up people who fit the description, and they get their alibis. And while they have them in there, they have them come in for the lineup, for the reading, or they take photos when they try and match based on description.
Evidence.
This guy too, you can tell the way he looks. He got raped in prison, you know.
No, I can't tell that.
You could tell by his like tight little bod and his fucking.
Okay, was misidentified as a suspect of a crime.
Blood flowing out
he was pointed out as a gunman
was falsely
in the drive-by
accused,
shooting.
and he got in there and he was raped.
I believe 16
Wait a
years
minute,
old.
why did you say his
At the time of the crime, I was already 25 years old.
Tight little bod, dude. You saw
So
that?
you figure
You
it's
saw
almost
that
a
shirt? That long sleeve shirt? His pecs bulging out. What?
Really?
It's not my fault. I noticed things.
In your old picture.
There's a girl in there. One of those is not a guy. This is the worst lineup ever. Why is there?
I don't even know what they're talking about right now because some motherfucker keeps talking over it.
Who's that?
Line up with an inaccurate photo is not good. What we're trying to do here, more than anything, is standardize how law enforcement agencies do either live lineups or photo lineups.
The eyewitness also said the suspect looked like Rafael, except Rafael's skin was lighter.
It always makes me feel so retarded when I hear the way people pronounce Hispanic names and Spanish words. And then like, it's like, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to say Rafael. Rafael. I'm not, Rafael. I feel weird saying it that way.
Rafael.
Rafael.
It's just the dialect.
Yeah, like, damn, I just can't handle it.
Because of this picture, this process that you guys have, this broken process.
Latin language is very strict with the pronunciation of the vowels.
When you have
if this is accurate, I just think the lineup thing should they should change the system to try to make it more accurate, or they should just do away with it. If it's the #1 reason innocent people get life or just get sentenced, like that one guy got life, which is crazy.
We spend years.
But then we have to look at how many cases wouldn't be closed if they didn't have this, you know?
I mean, is it that important to be able to close cases that innocent people have to go to prison for it? I don't think so.
I don't think it's that important as a public, but the police want their job to be easier.
Well, the fucking police are public servants. This is
you should see what they're doing
garbage.
in China now. China's like fucking Skynet, man. They have cameras everywhere in China that have face recognition technology because your face is basically just as distinguishable as yours.
Yeah.
It's your face is kind of like a fingerprint. You know, they can just scan your face and they identify you, and they've got cameras everywhere. So they've got recordings of where you are, and they track you everywhere. And so you know, that could be a solution for preventing this shit like this to happen, but that's fucked up. I don't want America to turn into that, but I think we're going down that path.
All of the major casinos in Vegas have the facial recognition. Yeah, so like if you're banned from a casino in Vegas and you walk into it, they will find you immediately. It's crazy.
I was walking around with Ronald McFondle and he was in full clown makeup in Vegas, and we got kicked out of one casino. And we went to like multiple casinos.
They want to be able to identify your face.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah, they were like, they made him go up and wash his face off.
It's so
go back into our hotel.
Why would you go to? Why would you go to fucking Las Vegas dressed like a retard clown?
We were doing a wrestling show. We had to wrestle a match.
And it's so crazy that you got a story. I was just walking around with Ronald McFondle.
Good one.
Yeah.
His name is Ronald McFondle, okay?
Yeah.
He's just a clown. He had his face painted up, and that was a no-no. And the facial recognition software was like, nope. And they fucking got us every casino we walked in until we finally walked back to ours. He had to go shower his face off. They're like, don't do that again. He was like, I just wrestled a match.
What's up with Ronald McFonlow? What's he doing these days, man?
He's been into like Daddy Dom S&M recently. He's been posting a lot of pictures of him spanking women until there's like his clown handprint is stuck on their ass.
This is weird.
He's just living the life.
We got to get him on as a guest someday, man.
Yeah, I'll talk to him. He'd be a fun one.
And commit, it can destroy their life.
Okay, fuck this. I'm moving on.
Thank you.
I say stop doing it though. That's my stance.
Of course,
on it.
stop doing it, but like stop doing all the prison industrial complex.
Well, stop doing the lineups too.
It's legal slavery.
We have to have some sort of justice system. I'm
we
not
can
against
have
that.
a justice system. It shouldn't be for-profit, privatized.
Right, and I don't think the lineups are an effective way. Like I mean, even if it got more like legitimate convictions than innocent people, the fact that any innocent people have to like waste years of their lives in prison makes it not worth it. Like, it's just not worth it, especially when we know for a fact that it's the largest cause of it.
I wonder what the statistics are for people in jail who are thought to be innocent and then eventually are let out.
We've had a lot of people cleared by DNA evidence, like that were convicted of crimes before DNA evidence was, you know, before it was used.
Yeah.
So I've seen that happen. Dude, that's a major lawsuit. You know, like time really is like our most valuable commodity, that you can't work and gain more time. I mean, I guess exercise and like eating right and shit like that. But I mean, other than that, there's no way to buy more time in your life. You never know how much more time you'll have. So when they take it away from you, when like the state takes it away from you, that's like,
I read an
article.
article
Timberlake did in that movie. Justin Timberlake bought.
Yeah, I remember that.
Seyfried. I recently saw an article, and I can't recall exactly where it was, but a man was falsely imprisoned for quite a while, and the jail wouldn't let him out until he signed something that said he wouldn't sue them. So they were just holding him like, well, we're not going to let you out until you sign this. And he's like, I'm going to fucking sign this. I've been falsely imprisoned. I saw it on like Reddit. I think it was like last week. It came
So he
up.
didn't sign it.
I didn't even bother going into it because I never realized we'd be watching this video now, and I have to know the truth.
I mean, doesn't the contract admit that they falsely imprisoned him, though? I don't think it would be enforceable.
Well, yeah, I think if he signed it, even getting out, he would, on the way out, he would be able to lawyer his way into some good money.
What's that documentary?
What?
Pitmonk's frozen.
Oh,
shit. Say that again.
That Netflix documentary about that dude they convicted for all those years, then he got out, and then they then they put his ass back in prison. Yeah,
he did seem like a weirdo, though.
Yeah, a little weird, but I don't think he's a murderer, though, dude.
I don't know if he's a murderer. I know he's a weirdo, and I think he has a speech impediment, too. Probably some terrible acne.
And he had a lot of acne back in his day, so yeah.
I like the way you talk. I
There you
like
go.
the way you talk, Big Monk.
I like the way you talk.
Okay. That was a really weird time to do that.
Pitmonk's no selling it. He's like,
It's always
why would
a good
you
time
even
to
make
go.
fun of me?
That was a Sling Blade reference. We weren't making fun of you, Pimp Monk. We were talking about Sling Blade, man.
Fuck you, you fucking fuck.
But we weren't talking about Sling Blade. We were talking about making a murderer on Netflix.
But making a murderer is basically Sling Blade, right? The whole story about the weirdo man that gets locked up for murder.
Yeah.
That's Sling Blade, isn't it?
Well, he actually did it, though.
That dude, the Sling Blade, he's got the speech impediment, man. Illy, you're onto something, man.
I'm telling you. Ben wants to move on. He's uncomfortable because Ben sometimes gets acne. You're guilty, Ben. You're guilty because you get acne from wearing your mask too much.
I don't wear the mask anymore because of that.
You're like, because he doesn't want to be guilty. See?
Here's Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Oh, God.
Who used to hate weed a lot, and now he likes it, and he wants us to legalize it and use it.
There's been such a remarkable shift in public attitudes toward the legalization of marijuana in the past 10, 15 years. This Gallup poll now shows approval at about 64% nationwide. So earlier I asked Gupta how much he attributes journalism, media coverage of this topic to the shift in opinion.
I think what journalism has provided is the facts and the data and the truth around this, because that was very hard to find. You had a lot of loud voices talking about the harms of cannabis, even at the federal level in terms of the research they funded, and not as many voices talking about the medicinal benefits. You heard some of that in other countries and non-federally funded labs, but you didn't hear it much elsewhere. So
yeah, non-federally funded labs, because the federal government just like refuses to acknowledge that it's helpful at all.
Even
they
though
don't want to accidentally figure out that it is. So keep it out of the labs. Don't even do anything with it.
I wonder if there's a strain called Gupta yet.
There should be.
Hell yeah. That G13 medical grade.
I think
but it's not that the opinion on marijuana has changed. It's just that back in the day, 15, 20 years ago, if you were pro-weed, you know, people were scared to come out and say they supported the legalization, because then they might be labeled, oh, you're a pothead, or you support illegal shit. You know, people are just scared. But now it's more culturally, it's in the zeitgeist. It's legal in all these states, so people feel like, okay, now they can finally say, all right, yeah, I do support legalizing it. You know what I mean?
Sounds to me like you support the devil's lettuce, Evan LaFave.
Ooh, the green scare.
Does that also mean that you support young white women having sexual exploits with jazz musicians?
Yeah, man. But you know what, dude? Everybody's got to read the Declaration of Independence, man, because it says we have the unalienable right to the pursuit of happiness. So if marijuana makes you happy, if it makes you fucking happy, then it is illegal to fucking make weed illegal, man. It is illegal.
What if raping poodles makes you happy, Evan?
You're hurting the poodle. When you smoke weed, you're hurting no one, man.
How do you know that you're hurting the poodle? Did you ask
because
the poodle?
poodles, I mean, like, they don't want to get fucked by humans.
How do
I think Pit Monk's admitted
Pit Monk has met a few poodles.
Pit Monk's already admitted his dick is too small to hurt a poodle.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Actually, my dick is too small to hurt a goldfish, much less a poodle.
Still slippery when wet, though.
Yeah.
Fill that
Hey,
gap.
Pimp Monk, would you be down to someday in the future on Drunken Peasants or Alter Perspective do a penis measuring contest with you and Blair White to see who's got the bigger dick?
I don't think Blair White is going to come on to show her penis to everybody.
Which is
a
travesty.
Not show it. We'll have someone in there, just
Evan,
like a
if you
doctor
really
or
want to
something.
see my dick, I'll just show it to you, okay?
No, we won't show any dick. We're just gonna measure them, man. We just gotta know, man. Who's
What
got
you
the-
should do.
I don't like where this is going. Back to Sanjay Gupta.
Started to change when?
My view started to change about 5 years ago. Previously, I'd done a fair amount of writing on this topic. I wrote a story for Time magazine back about 9 years ago that basically said I'm not that impressed with medicinal marijuana. I've looked at the data and I don't find it particularly compelling. About 5 years ago, I realized something I think very important that I think has a parallel to media as well, Brian, and that is that when I looked at the macro view of medicinal marijuana in this country, and I started looking at all the scientific literature, which is where I start, 94%, we calculated, 94% of the studies were designed to find harm. What is the risk of addiction? What is the risk of cancer? What are the side effects? And only about 6% were designed to find any benefit. So if you're looking at that from a macro level, you'd say, well, there's nothing here. This is mainly problematic. And I realized that was a problem upstream. Studies designed to find benefit were not getting funded.
Right. So the studies they had a negative slant to them. They were looking for things that would harm you. They fucking like gassed mice to death with weed smoke and were like, yeah, that's harmful. Yeah, well, like if you were trapped in a room full of any kind of smoke, it would be harmful. That's why you die in a fire, you know?
Unless you dance your way out the window.
What do you got? Kratom?
Kratom, baby.
Is that still legal?
In some places.
Some places.
Some states it's illegal.
They're trying to come after it, man. They're really going hard after it. Kratom is the next weed.
It's the next weed.
It's very different than weed, though.
No, I'm not telling you. I'm not talking about the benefits. It was preordained as a substance that has
outlaw it.
True.
No medicinal value. That's when I started to say, well, what's going on here?
Are they eating
looking
a brain?
At patients, going
they were just studying
looking
it.
at these other labs. That's when it started to change.
Is that
reminds me of a
Josh from Drake and Josh?
I don't know what that is, and I'd like to keep it that way.
Throughout journalism, these kinds of studies or surveys or kinds of research that's actually done by some.
Yeah, what the fuck? He also knows a lot about Jake and Logan Paul. So
yes, I try and keep
Are you
hip.
secretly a 12-year-old boy?
I try and keep hip with what people are into because
with the kids.
My demographic is not just grumpy old men. All right, I make the
is
hippity hop
now.
music.
It is now.
Shit.
Grumpy old men who do not like women. That's your demographic now.
Somebody with an agenda.
That's right.
So you wrote in your letter to Sessions, you said, I changed my mind and I am certain you can as well. Is this
What
letter,
the
is
fuck?
this a step
Jeff
toward advocacy
Sessions
journalism
knows
for you?
that marijuana is good. Jeff Sessions doesn't give a fuck. He knows that marijuana is good, and that's why he wants to keep it illegal. He knows there's medicinal benefits. That's why they're keeping it illegal. You know, this is bullshit. The DEA is lying, dude.
Well, they're not keeping it legal because it is healthy and good. They're keeping it because they can't copyright the fucking plant. That's why they're...
Yeah,
oh, no, they can. They're copyrighting
exactly.
it right now. They're working on
Same
it.
thing with Kratom. You can't copyright a naturally occurring plant.
Yeah, pharmaceuticals is such a big business that the Wall Street guys have all left Wall Street. They've left their hedge funds to go into the pharmaceutical business. That's why Martin Shkreli is one of many people who left hedge funds to make millions, if not billions. Some companies are making billions off of pharmaceuticals. It's the new Wild West. It's the new gold rush.
This is why, like, when people used to advocate for medical marijuana back in the day when most politicians were totally against it, they would say, oh, well, we already use medical marijuana. It's called Marinol, which is, a synthesized drug using THC made by pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah.
So it's not like they've never used it.
Oh, no, it used to be widely used. They used to have all kinds of tinctures before it was made illegal, because they only made it illegal because the people in our government had all these invested interests in all these products that were in opposition to hemp. Yeah. Like, they knew hemp would replace all their products and they would lose their businesses. So they fucking did this shit to make weed illegal and hemp illegal.
Yeah, it's very hard for them to get a hold on it and for them to make all the money. It's hard. So,
but see, they can only lie for so long. The DEA is trying to say that weed is just as dangerous as heroin and more dangerous than methamphetamines and fucking cocaine. And it's like, dude, you can't keep saying that shit. They say there's no study. Jeff Sessions goes, there's no studies done to prove that marijuana has any medicinal benefits or any good benefits. It's like, if there's no studies done, how can you say it's bad?
I'm a study of it.
That's what I said about Kratom the other day when somebody said, well, the FDA doesn't approve. Well, the FDA approves fucking the opiate pills that are killing people left and fucking right. That doesn't mean shit. Yeah, fentanyl, that's it. That is
oxycodone, too.
Yeah, but fentanyl's like the highest amount, right?
Yeah. Fentanyl's really strong. I mean, the only thing, like morphine's probably stronger than fentanyl, I would think.
Yeah.
It might be, but the way it's administered doesn't seem to be as lethal.
Yeah, I mean, like before all these synthetic opioids were out there, morphine was like the major painkiller that they'd give you.
I think fentanyl is killing more people than morphine right now. I could be wrong.
I
think you're right.
Yeah.
And this shit they're calling synthetic weed is what is killing more people than weed ever did. I hate that shit. That K2 shit and that
It's not even weed. They shouldn't even be calling it synthetic weed because first of all, the effects of it are nothing like weed. It's like hallucinations and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a way to demonize marijuana. They know they can't really prove that marijuana is harmful in any way, so they got to fucking come out with this harmful shit and then call it synthetic marijuana.
Exactly.
It's like these people wouldn't be smoking this synthetic shit if the real shit was legal everywhere, man.
Exactly.
Making marijuana illegal was always a witch hunt. He just said here 94% of the studies were to prove marijuana was bad.
Yeah, like harmful.
That says it's a witch hunt from the beginning. And we have to realize who's holding it back. And when they start losing their power over everything because the states are decriminalizing it, Maybe we'll finally get that back.
The original theory was that it was a paper company that wanted
Hearst. Yeah, because hemp had such a rapid rate of photosynthesis.
And when are they going to learn prohibition never works? Prohibition does not work with anything.
Oh, it's working for them, dude. You know why the governor of Minnesota, the staunch Democrat, doesn't legalize weed? Because, the police department gets a certain amount of money from the federal government to fight marijuana on a state level.
It still isn't working, though.
Prohibition doesn't work with like victimless crimes like this, where you're like the only victim is yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You're not even a victim. There's no proof that marijuana is harmful in any way.
It creates a black market, and then there's more harm across the board for everyone.
Exactly. That's the reason I say make all drugs fucking legal.
It makes it brings harm to the community because there's more crime, there's more police. I mean,
if criminals weren't so profitable, they would probably legalize drugs, and they would make programs for people who needed to get off of them, and put them in those instead of put them in prison where they can make license plates and collect tax dollars to fucking rot away.
Dude,
think about Chicago, like during Prohibition, like during the Prohibition era. You know, there was all kinds of crazy crime and bootlegging going on.
Yeah,
and smuggling from Canada.
It is so stupid. The laws are so stupid.
Boardwalk Empire on HBO.
I'm sorry.
Well, the television show Boardwalk Empire, the very first episode, it starts when they introduce prohibition, alcohol prohibition, and the guys who introduced it immediately are celebrating because they know how much fucking money they're going to make now that it's illegal.
Exactly. And it's
big
just
old
so
fucking
fucked
party.
up.
And that shit with the salmonella in the kratom, that's bullshit. That's a fucking plot, man. They put that shit
Anything
in
can
there.
get salmonella. Anything can get fucking salmonella. But what I was going to say about the drugs laws being so fucked up is that my uncle was murdered. I witnessed the murder, actually. The dude got 13 years in prison for murdering my uncle because he turned state's evidence on a marijuana dealer who got 25 years.
Oh, that is fucked up, man.
They let a murderer walk to give 25 years to a weed dealer.
They gave him only 13 years.
Okay, I mean, shouldn't he have gotten like life?
Because he was an habitual criminal, also, Ben.
Wow.
And
what a justice system.
And
man.
then the prosecutor didn't even let our family know that they were making the deal.
Glad they got that devil's lettuce off the streets.
But that's why they say. That's why they have the saying: "Snitches get riches."
Is that how it goes?
I think so.
Huh.
That's what they tell me at the precinct.
And
the precinct?
The precinct.
Snitches get riches.
What are you saying here, Billy?
What's his face? Fucking.
What's his face?
Jeff Sessions, man. He's never gonna change. He's been lobbied to fight against weed, so that's what he's gonna do. He's already been paid off.
That's part of the reason why Trump needs to not be reelected.
Yeah, he's a penis.
It's interesting where things are going right now. Like, will he make it to re-election? Will he? You think so?
Yeah, it's going to take a while to even like pursue this. Even if they found evidence to actually charge him with, it'll still take time. That would be crazy if they do, and it happens like during the time of the election, though. Yeah. That would be crazy. Maybe they're waiting for that to hit him with it then.
That'd be best, wouldn't it, actually?
Yeah, because even if they don't convict him on it, it could ruin the election for him and get him out of the job anyway.
It's kind of what they did with Hillary and the DNC papers. They hit it right before the election. That gave her I think that made enough people that were going to vote for her just not vote, maybe.
There was her emails and like all that shit. I mean,
it's a scary thing, man. I bet Trump labels people who oppose him as enemies to the state. He's the type of president that would do that shit.
I can't believe he didn't show up to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Every president does that.
He's been there before, right? Didn't he show up to the one Obama was at?
Did he?
When Obama was president, he was there in the audience.
You weren't born here.
Because Obama did his own shtick. He did his own stand-up, and Obama called Trump out in the audience.
He's very unfunny.
He sure did. He did. I remember that he did. Obama
he's not funny.
Yeah, Trump had no problem showing up when he was a guest.
That's because you get roasted.
Did you guys see that Donald Trump roast? that
on Comedy Central
did? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking
He got
crazy
paid to do that.
The craziest thing about the Comedy Central roast was in the contract, the jokes about him, they were able to make jokes about him fucking his daughter, but they were not able to make jokes about him having less money than he might have.
Really?
Yes. He's like, oh, it's okay if you want to make jokes about me fucking Ivanka.
Because I probably would.
That's very funny. I would if she wasn't my daughter. I very much so would. But do not ever make a joke.
Anyway.
Do not ever make a joke about me having less money than I say I do.
That's fucking hilarious.
Not a joke.
Check
I will
out.
laugh at.
Check this out. This school district got cyber attacked so badly that they ended up paying a ransom of $10,000 in Bitcoin.
Oh my god!
Whoa! What?
That's untraceable fucking money, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. Yeah, I know, man. All these kids are hackers nowadays, man. It's like people are just going to start hacking into the computer system and changing grades and shit without people knowing. You know, why not?
Well, they don't even really hack into the computer systems. It's usually social engineering.
Or it's like, or they like DDoS their servers and everything. Let's see what it was.
Normal at Leominster High today. In fact, most students were totally unaware that anything was wrong. But if you tried to log into any of the Leominster school websites, you couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, especially a school would be so dependent on this shit now that they wouldn't be able to function properly without it. So this is actually an ingenious plan.
You're greeted with a message that reads, "This page cannot be displayed." According to the superintendent, on April 14th, the public schools were the victim of a ransomware cyber attack.
Not just one school, the entire district, you know?
Superintendent Paula Deacon explained, "A lock was placed on our system until a negotiated ransom was agreed upon. We paid through a Bitcoin system and now are awaiting to be fully restored."
And what if they just don't do it? I think maybe like $10,000 more is in order for us to do this, actually.
Solving this is really impossible.
Yes.
It's something that's worldwide. It's something that very, very likely came from out of the country. And trying to trace something like this down is impossible.
According to the chief, no data.
Thanks for letting everyone know, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, couldn't you have at least acted like you were hot on the trail?
By the way, this crime they committed, they're gonna get away with it.
Yeah, they made so much money, too.
It's $10,000 unmarked on a Bitcoin account, and we can't do anything about it. So if you have the capability of doing this yourself, don't do it. That would be illegal.
That's bad.
The chief is the one that did it, man. The chief of the police is the one that did it. That's why
that would be
great. It was mined, but the entire
he does not look like the type to have the initiative to fucking scam a school, though.
Someone said, other Barry in the chat said it isn't impossible. Fake news. Okay. Well, apparently they fooled the police.
Well, it's impossible for that fucking guy to do it.
Yeah, he's a police officer. He doesn't understand this shit.
What are you gonna do? Follow the blockchain? Like that's not gonna. That's not possible. How do you find these guys once they give them the money? You have to find how they contacted them. Yeah. There's
follow the blockchain.
Follow the yellow brick road.
The yellow bit road.
Follow the system for the school department is down. Staff forced to use Gmail accounts to communicate.
The chief says Superintendent Deacon asked him whether she should pay the $10,000 ransom, and he said, "You have no choice because without."
Is this like Massachusetts?
And you know what? They don't have to unlock their system either. A lot of times after the ransomware is paid, they don't unlock anything. They keep everything locked up. So it's like...
Cyber extortionists, there's no way to decrypt it.
There was some negotiation that went on, and what these people do is they, if you agree to pay, they send you a password that unlocks certain files to prove that they're going to do it, to prove that they can do it.
The chief says the city's computer
and
systems
all they have to do to prevent this is have external storage, like a hard drive that's not connected to the network that they refresh every day with their files and their shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's fucked up, man. But this is what happens when technology starts to take over everything. But I think we should start making smart schools, man. Like every desk could have like a laptop on it. And then, like, you you wouldn't need to even call roll. You could just have a face detecting webcam that, you know, gets the attendance.
This shit would be expensive, though.
Very. Is this what you're gonna have in the future, Evan? Smart.
Would it lead to smart students? That's the question.
Yeah, isn't there a way we can just like beam the information into their kid? Then the schools aren't even necessary.
Yeah, it's possible, man. We'll figure it out.
Called homeschooling.
He's so optimistic.
The homeschooling really could be a thing now with the way we connect to the internet. You could really have online classrooms all over the fucking world.
Yeah,
but it could be the thing. You have one teacher teaching thousands of kids. You know, maybe even hundreds of thousands of kids.
Are not part of the attack. WBZ confirmed that the FBI is now involved in the investigation. In Leominster, David Robichaux, WBZ News.
Thank you, David Robichaux.
Yeah, the FBI is on the investigation. Something tells me they've got other things they're more worried about right now.
I don't know, man. The FBI loves trailing these hackers because, like Pimp Monk's uncle getting murdered, they take one of these hackers and they get them to turn over on somebody else to lower their sentence.
Yeah.
That's how it works in the FBI. They might try and find these guys just to turn them over on some other kids. FBI loves fucking with hackers.
Here's I guess Atlantic City used to be almost like the Vegas of the East Coast.
Oh, yeah.
But now it's shit, and this is a news story about that. It said, whatever happened to Atlantic City.
Oh.
Not what happened in Atlantic City, by the way. Whatever happened to Atlantic City.
Whatever happened to...
In tonight's Whatever Happened To segment, Atlantic City. He was practically given up for dead a few years ago. Tonight, the odds for a comeback are definitely in its favor.
Yeah!
Here's senior correspondent Rick Leventhal.
Once called the 8th greatest wonder of the world, the Trump
Tower. Oh, see, they
Trump
took the name on.
Towers?
It's the Trump Taj Mahal.
Oh,
that's where they had WrestleMania 3 and 4. I think.
I thought it was 8 and 9.
4 was definitely because they had the tournament and everything.
Well, 3 was definitely not there. 3 was the $100,000.
Yeah, Pontiac Silverdome.
Yeah,
it was 4 and 5.
Okay,
4 and 5.
Taj Mahal was the last of 5 casinos to give up on Atlantic City between 2014 and 2016, and many predicted the end was near for this once booming seaside town. But the boom is back. 2 shuttered casinos are reopening this summer, including the former Revel, renamed Ocean Resort. The 7 others have stabilized earnings, and nearly all were in the black last.
That's a decent amount of casinos, like in one downtown area, for it to be like it's like Reno. Or
these look like Reno casinos. I was just gonna say that.
Golden Nugget. Well, the original Golden Nugget's on Fremont Street in North Vegas.
We should go to Golden Nugget in Reno. They have like a burger place hidden there. It's really good. I think it's called the Awful Awful. So good. Oh, so good.
Year, led by Borgata, which turned a $300 million profit. High-end apartments are under construction, and thousands of jobs are waiting to be filled, with military veterans getting an extra look since vet unemployment.
I'll tell you what. Don't you dare call me racist for saying this.
I'm gonna.
I know you are. You always have to do it. That's how I know you're a true SJW, because like you're always calling everybody else racist, and we just ignore all the racist shit you do.
Wait a minute, but Billy, earlier on this show, you used the word midget, man,
and you also appropriate African American culture.
But using the word midget, word midget is okay as long as it's porn or wrestling.
You ever been to a casino and noticed that most of the dealers are Asian?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's because a lot of them are really good at math.
Yeah.
Good as, and they get like, if you've ever seen a craps table, those motherfuckers do math in their heads so fast. It's unbelievable.
And I think also it's because their parents make them.
Yeah, that's part of it too. It's cultural too.
They push trust into their children. Their children have fear doing anything wrong, so they're not going to make any sly moves and steal the chippies because they know their parents will scold them. Asian parents are the strictest parents.
But yet they don't have them parking cars. You ever notice that?
Is higher here than the national average.
I have a master's in business, so I'm here hoping to get a job either in business or accounting.
Nope, you're going to be a blackjack dealer.
I'm just kind of open to different possibilities.
You're going to be working at the buffet pouring drinks for people.
We realize now this is our best second chance. We're not going to get this again. And I think
you are going to be a cocktail waitress.
Oh,
stripper.
If she's lucky, yeah.
There's an energy.
She might be a
not only in
working
the
girl.
industry but also in government, realizing that we have to make it right this time.
I like to call it the rebirth.
Mayor Frank Gilliam says the key to AC's comeback is making sure locals are involved.
Without employment, you cannot actually have a clean city. Without a clean city, you will not have investors interested in coming in the city.
You know, everybody wants to be in at the bottom, but one of the things that happens when you're at the bottom, it looks kind of scary.
Joe Gingoli is part of the team rebuilding the Taj into the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, investing $500 million to gut and renovate the sprawling property with 2,000 rooms, 20 restaurants, and a 7,000-seat arena and separate theater offering 300 live shows a year.
You still have close to 30 million people within a 3-hour drive of Atlantic City. You still have the world-famous boardwalk and beaches and all the amazing attractions of the Jersey Shore that we think we can re-energize that to come back and give Atlantic City a second look.
The Hard Rock's grand opening is set for June 28th, and there's a lot of cautious optimism here. People say the town is re-energized and ready. But of course, there are no sure bets, and there's a lot riding on this latest roll of the dice.
I wonder if anybody at Fox News, like Rupert Murdoch or somebody, has investings in this Hard Rock casino. And they're just doing a commercial here for the Hard Rock opening up.
I say we call up MTV and pitch them a new episode, a new season of the Jersey Shore with us there, man. They can pay
They
for
brought
us.
back the Jersey Shore, right?
Say what?
They brought Jersey Shore back this year.
Are we cringy enough to be the new Jersey Shore? Really? Is that what you're saying, Evan?
Bro.
Hell yeah.
I only watched one episode of the Jersey Shore, and it was the one where the dude knocked out Snooki. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Man,
I think
he punched her like he would punch a dude, and just like knocked her out. It was crazy.
I think we'd be better fit for like a hockey Jersey Shore, where we're the guys that go to the beach wearing hockey jerseys to hide our man tits.
Hell yeah, we could get Kevin Smith to be like the ringleader.
It's hockey Jersey Shore. Where are all these guys at the beach wearing hockey jerseys? They're hiding their man tits. Oh.
Right. Rick Leventhal in Atlantic City. Rick, thanks.
Speaking of punching girls, we should try to find that video of Afro Man punching that chick that comes up on stage.
We watched it on DP back when it actually happened.
Oh yeah,
he knocked the fuck out of her. Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to
Have you
fuck
ever
with
seen
Afro Man.
There's a video of Maynard from Tool on stage singing.
Yeah.
This guy comes up to him and hugs him, and Maynard uses a fucking like jujitsu technique to take him down, and then puts him in like this crazy chokehold or something, and the guy's like flailing around and stuff, and then the security comes and gets rid of him. And then there's another one where Fat Mike from NoFX like kicks this guy in the face when he gets on stage.
There's no videos of me beating up my fans.
You should do some kayfabe shit, man, just to get some publicity, man. Like
Some guy runs up on stage and I power bomb him into the fucking crowd.
Give it to Joe. Get Joe.
Let's see. Here it is, right
In
here.
my face.
Let's see the part where here it is. Here it is. Watch. Boom! Did you see it?
Yeah.
That's better than getting an autograph, man. Getting a fucking scarf.
Oh man, that was right after he did it.
Laces out.
Laces out. Man, he made some serious contact too, because you could see the guy's head like go flying back when he does it. Boom!
Just knocked his fucking hat off.
Yep.
Cute.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Don't get on stage.
No.
Yeah. Especially because those guys are all amped up and in their act, and you fuck up their act, they're gonna get pissed off. They're all
He's trying to play and sing and concentrate and shit.
You're gonna piss them the fuck off, and you're lucky if you only get kicked in the face. So if you run up on my stage and I'm doing my show, I'm saying that's consent.
Consent to what? Whatever you want to do.
Whatever I want to do.
Oh, damn.
With the world watching North and South Korea, they agreed to end their decades.
Oh my God! You know what though? That's something I never thought I'd see. Like literally them hug too. They met at the DMZ.
War and moved to
this is crazy.
the peninsula.
They were holding
So
hands
what does
with
this
each other
mean
and
for the rest
everything,
of the
walking
world?
together.
Yeah, but I think that's like a normal. Yeah, it's two men holding hands culturally, I guess, is different there, from what I understand.
I've always been a supporter of Fat Boy Kim Jong-un. You know I can't hate on
No,
Fat
you
boys.
have not.
Oh my God, I always say I want to hang out with him and Dennis Rodman.
Okay, well,
I've always
Dennis
said
Rodman's a stipulation to that meeting then.
Well,
Billy,
come
you
on.
should be the guy they send over, man. The diplomat, man.
I
you could go with
should be.
Rodman.
I'm
You
like,
could
hello?
bust some freestyles.
President Trump sent me. Let's play some basketball, Kim Jong-un. Let's fuck some of your concubines.
For that, we bring in retired Navy SEAL Jocko Willink, who led the most.
Oh my God!
God damn.
Look at
Is
that
that
dude's
Kane?
ears.
This guy's half peanut.
He does kind of look like Kane. Kane's way older though.
See, I'm looking at this guy, then I'm looking at the other guy's hair. Like he looks like something out of that TV show Lazy Town, or is it Crazy Town or
He
Lazy
looks-
Town?
Yeah, well, he looks like he should be wearing a fucking hairnet and working the deep fryer at like Wendy's or something.
It looks like his head might be dipped in the chocolate frost or the chocolate coating they have in the ice creams at fucking Dairy Queen.
He puts his head in a mold.
Yeah, it's not real. There's something. These two guys are computer images. Like they're CGI. These
that
aren't
what they are?
humans. They're not humans.
Could be,
It's like
man.
the CGI fucked up on this dude's hair, on this guy's ears. They put the ears way too low on creative mode.
Highly decorated Special Operations Unit of the Iraq War also has a great podcast called the
smiles.
Jocko Podcast.
It's called the Jocko Podcast.
Jocko, thanks for being here this morning. You've seen the developments.
Look at
Many are
his
calling them
fucking
historic.
ears,
They're a
Jesus.
first
I want to hear
step.
him talk so bad.
Are you hopeful
What does
that
his
this will
voice
lead
sound
to
like?
an actual resolution?
Well, I certainly am hopeful, and I think the whole world has their fingers crossed that this turns out in a positive way.
So, like, they give you this little clear ear monitor thing so you can hear them, and it's supposed to not be noticeable, but on this motherfucker, you can just see it right there. There's nowhere to hide it. You usually
I bet
hide
he-
it behind your ear, but there's... behind his ears is, like, plain for the whole world to see.
So, what has to happen next to turn this rhetoric into an actual?
This is good, honestly, though, because like I was thinking how fucked up North Korea was. Like, it was really bothering me. Like, for a few months, when I'm like, holy shit, they just keep launching rockets and like talking about nuking Guam and all that weird shit. I'm like, man, and I thought about like the starvation camps and all the weird shit that goes on there, and it's just fucking terrible, and how there's only one fat guy in the whole country because because like there's a whole bunch more starving people, and it's like it's not because they don't have enough food, it's because like it's like intentional starving of certain people.
But are we sure this is good? Are we sure that this?
No, I'm not sure, but it's a step in the right direction.
Are you sure? What if we just lost our South Korea alliance to
No,
North Korea?
that's not gonna happen.
What if they're like, we're tired of this Trump character. We'd rather have the crazy we know, our crazy neighbor, than our crazy fucking dictator.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Solution, because it's handshakes are great, peace trees are great, promises of denuclearization are great, but the
Did he say denuclear?
Yeah, denuclear because denuclearization is the way that Kim Jong Un doesn't dookie.
Denuclear dissertation.
It's public knowledge he doesn't dookie. That's denuclearization.
Let's see.
of denuclearization are great.
He
The
did
brass
say that.
tacks, what's it going to take to actually get
He
there?
did say that.
Well, I think the biggest concern here is going to be egos on both sides, and I think people are going to have to put their egos aside and try and move forward. And I think all sides are looking to do that right now.
I'll be right
So
back.
again, I think only time will tell, but hopefully we get.
See, one of them was born into their position, and the other one had to be elected.
Yeah. The worst part is that Trump is somehow trying to take credit for this shit just because he's president as this is happening. It's like, dude, you had nothing to do with this shit. You know what I mean? But all the Trumpeteers out there are like, look what Trump did. See, bring
I think
world peace.
Razor Fist put out a video talking shit to Kyle Kulinski. I think it was this weekend, right?
Yeah, I heard about
and
that.
one of his points was that Trump got North Korea and South Korea to make peace, and that's why Razor Fist was right.
You know what? The Olympics had a lot to do with this because they worked together to bring these North Korean athletes down, and they marched together under the same flag. And Kim Jong-un didn't come to the Olympics, but his sister did, and some of his other like really close military advisors and shit went down there. And I think they came back with some good stories about how nice it was in South Korea, because it actually is pretty nice there, especially compared to North Korea. So I think he was influenced by the people closest to him that came down for the Olympics and realized probably at least I hope, who knows what he's actually up to, you know, but I think he realized that maybe diplomacy was better, especially with his neighbors, especially because they are basically the same people too, you know, they were the same country less than a century ago.
I think Netflix just wants to sell plans to people in North Korea, so they're opening up the internet for North Korea. This is all a ploy. They're going to give them all Samsung phones.
I heard in South Korea they have some of the best internet in the world.
Oh, it's amazing
Yeah.
in South Korea. Yeah, Andy Milonakis, he does live streams on Twitch, and he went to North Korea specifically because
South Korea.
South Korea, yeah.
Okay.
It's my bad. He went to South Korea. He went to North Korea specifically to have a body contest with Kim Jong-un. No, he went to South Korea because of how great their internet was. He can live stream all around the country, and perfect clarity. Perfect, no stutter on a fucking wireless line.
That movie where they sent the guys over, Seth Rogen over to North Korea to assassinate Kim Jong-un. That movie would have been so much better if Andy Milonakis would have been the one that they sent. That would have been great, man. You have to pose as a 13-year-old boy.
Andy Milonakis should play Kim Jong-un. Like, just put him in yellow face.
See, he calls everyone else racist.
What?
He's advocating for yellow face.
I'm just saying, how
your favorite movie must be Breakfast at Tiffany's, isn't
No,
it?
it's the Conqueror. John Wayne playing Genghis Khan.
They also had Bela Lugosi, who was Hungarian, play Fu Manchu back in the day.
Oh yeah.
The evil Chinese Dr. Fu Manchu.
Folks, up in 25 million people in North Korea that live in virtual slavery will be freed from that, or at least make some progress. And I think this is a good opportunity for us to as well remember the incredible sacrifices that were made during the Korean War.
Virtual slavery.
Yeah, I mean, he is right about conditions for certain people in North Korea, yes.
Or
what about the conditions of
one
us
of the most
black
brutal
folk
environments
here in
we ever
America?
fought in. So
it's a great reminder, and the desire not to go back to that is why getting to the table, if possible, is so important. Here's what the president had to say yesterday about not being played on North Korea. Listen.
I don't think he's playing. No, I don't think he's playing. And you know, it's never gone like this. It's never gone this far. I don't think it's ever had this enthusiasm for them.
And yeah, I'll take the credit.
Wanting to make a deal. And yeah, I agree. The United States has been played beautifully like a fiddle because you had a different kind of a leader. We're not going to be played. We will, I think, come up.
What did that mean? Is he
He
talking
thinks
about
this is a
Obama?
work.
Yeah.
He thinks that this North Korea, South Korea thing is all a work.
I
and
don't
that
think
they're-
that's... I don't know. No, he said it wasn't.
He's saying he won't be played by North Korea, and that
Yeah.
Obama was, everybody else was.
Yeah.
They played the.
Everyone else was terrible. Oh my god. I'm the one to fix
with
it.
a solution. And if we don't,
his dick must
we
be
leave
huge.
the room.
Jocko, I understand it's not resolved yet, but how much credit should this president get for getting us to this point?
Hardly
I think he definitely deserves credit. And I think he came to the situation and negotiated from a position of strength. And anyone that knows anything about negotiation knows that negotiating from a position of strength is the way you have to do it. And I think he did a good job of that. I think it.
So Ben, what came first? The North Korea and South Korea at the Olympics together. Did that come before Trump tried to make this meeting with Kim Jong-un? Did that happen first?
Yeah, this isn't the first time North and South Korea have kind of worked together in the Olympics, but this was the closest one because, you know, the Olympics was in South Korea, very close to the border of North Korea. So there was a lot more cooperation and people visiting from North Korea that probably had never been to South Korea before. So yes, this happened before.
What if Kim Jong-un's really a good guy, man, and he was just born into a system that kind of perpetuated him to do things?
Part of that may be true. I mean, I'm sure growing up in North Korea and not knowing anything different and being the son of the supreme leader and like your father and your grandfather are basically worshipped as gods, and so you are too because of that. Of course, that's kind of, it's unfair to like just assume that, you know, his the way he grew up doesn't have something to do with it.
I wonder if the whole family had to be hidden from pooping in public like their entire lives in case they took over the throne.
I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, never do anything in public, because if you fail at it, people will be like,
Yeah, he's not a god. I wonder if how old he was when they had the big the sports, the North Korean sports festival.
He was probably pretty young. I wonder how old he is.
I think it was
Let's see.
94, 95 when they had like Muhammad
It
Ali.
was on pay-per-view in the U.S.
Muhammad Ali and Ric Flair and a bunch of other people there. And
Antonio Inoki. Holy shit, he's only 5'7", but I guess, you know, he's Korean, so.
Oh wow, Benjamin! Only 5'7" doesn't surprise me at all. I think that's tall for Kim Jong Un. If he was 5'3", I'd think he was. Short.
Maybe they're fudging his height. Maybe he's like 5'2" or something. How old is he?
Yes, well.
He is. He's 36.
36. Yeah, so he was a little boy. He probably watched the festivities, and he was a happy little kid probably.
Look, there are different records about his age. That's so weird.
First reports claimed he went to school under the name Cholpak in Switzerland.
Interesting. So no one knew he was Kim Jong-il's son.
Yeah.
He wasn't even supposed to take over. He just did because Kim Jong-il got pissed off at his older brother.
Look at that picture of him. Is that a fucking mushroom cloud behind him? Holy shit.
I don't know.
That is some next level. He's like, Photoshop me with the mushroom cloud behind my head.
He assumed office in 2011.
Yeah.
So 7
I
years
wonder
ago.
what they call Photoshop in North Korea, because I don't think they let any, you know, American-made programs into their computers.
Oh, Jocko here.
Well, they all have access to all that stuff, like the higher ups. Or...
Yeah, that's how he grew up watching the NBA and stuff. So they have certain people have access to it. That's the problem with their country. Certain people have access to food and other things that everyone should have access to. That's why like, even though his
It happens
the way
here
he was
too, man.
Well,
There's a lot
yeah,
of
but it's
people
worse
starving
there.
here, too.
There are starvation camps there. People are led there to starve.
Is it worse there? Because here in America, our people are all bloated, obese, and fat. They're all sexy, little skinny motherfuckers.
Even though his upbringing had something to do with the way he is, it doesn't excuse the way things are. I mean, like, he can do things now to make up for it. He can make major changes now.
He grew up.
We'll see.
He grew up a product of his environment, Benjamin.
Absolutely.
He didn't do noting.
Oh,
his whole life he's
been president.
Inside. On the inside, his whole life, he could probably be, you know, saying, "Oh, this is fucked up what my dad's doing," and then his dad died, and then he had to take over, and then they probably had directives that his father set in place that he needed to comply with. You know, it's already, he couldn't just on day one say, "I'm changing everything."
It's been 7 years though.
Well, it's 7 years of it all getting rid of the old regime. He had to kill a couple of ex-girlfriends that laughed at his dick when he was young. Now that he got that all off the bucket list.
His brother was in Singapore and just turned up dead.
Yeah.
So
now that he got all that off of the fuck it list, he can go good now.
Yeah, he could be like fucking, "My name is Earl," and go around and apologizing to everyone.
Jocko.
My name is Un.
Jocko here is privileged to sounds that nobody else can hear.
Well, yeah, Jocko. His name's fucking Jocko. I think he might be a circus monkey.
Jocko Willink?
Jocko?
Oh, he's a retired Navy SEAL.
Oh, he's probably a badass. We should stop making fun of him.
Probably. I mean, he's got one of those like thick necks that like someone who lifts weights would have.
That was like an MMA guy in a way, doesn't he? He's like he's fighting MMA.
No, he doesn't have cauliflower ear.
Now.
He's smaller than Brock Lesnar.
Oh,
Jocko.
yeah.
Jocko's Modern Life. Yeah, I want to watch this.
Jocko.
I like this guy now. I
Appeared
feel
to be
bad we talk
a little
shit
bit
about
too
his
much
ears.
strength to some people at some times, but I think that got the message across.
Sometimes that's what it takes to get the message across. Speaking of strength,
just imagine what his fucking silhouette would look like. If that's all you could see, you'd be like, what the fuck am I looking at?
You just released the second Way of the Warrior Kid book. It's a super cool concept. It's called Mark's Mission, Way of the Warrior Kid. Now, I first became aware of this yesterday.
Oh, no,
my
this is like
oldest
Cool
son
Cat,
has...
but better,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. This is Cool Cat. Instead of being a crackhead, the dude was a fucking Navy SEAL with Dumbo ears.
Yep.
Sliding down his fucking head.
Read some of those Wimpy Kid books. I'm guessing this is the flip side of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the Warrior Kid.
It is absolutely, and that's one of the things that made me write that book. I have kids of my own, and they were getting encouraged to be wimpy kids, and I didn't want them to be wimpy kids. I wanted my kids to be more like warrior kids. Now that doesn't mean...
You know who he reminds me of? Lance Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does.
He kind of looks like him.
He has...
If I could be serious for a moment.
Poor Lance Storm.
So he's
Lance Storm has the
admitting
ears
here that
too.
Oh. The Diary of the Warrior Kid. This is amazing. This guy is not a real human. This is a parody of a human. This is so
part
fucking
chimp,
funny.
man. Those ears, he's got to be part chimp.
Former commander of SEAL Team 3?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Here's
a SEAL Team 6, the good one?
Here's Lance Storm. Doesn't he look like him?
They have that intensity.
His ears don't stick out as far though.
Not at all.
No.
If I can be serious for a moment.
They're going to be out there being aggressive and trying to make things happen
This guy
their
looks
way.
like he eats ass
Actually,
with
the
a
opposite
straw.
is true. And with the message,
And he's
of the
got
book
that gap in his teeth so he can put the straw between the gap in his teeth and drink through it.
Quit slurping your ass, Jocko. Eat it like
Jocko.
a regular human. Eat it like a regular
Hi,
human.
kids. I'm Jocko.
You want to read my book, Way of the Warrior Kid? No!
It's a great book. Whoa!
is that if kids are confident, if kids are strong, if kids are...
Jocko the Clown would be such a good clown, man.
Yep.
If this dude he's got a future as a clown, man.
Oh my God. Why is this headline on the Fox News page? Jocko Pinn's second Way of the Warrior Kid book. This really is
this is the
fucking
second
weird,
one?
dude. It's the second one.
Oh, man. Holy shit, dude. I thought he covered it all in part one, man. Who knew?
Let's just call this what it is. Diary of the Bully Kid. That's what this is.
Hey, kids! Jocko's here!
able to handle themselves, they'll actually fit much better into society and they'll have a better lives. And that's what the message of the book is.
They'll have a better lives. Our society so oftentimes reinforces the softer qualities.
Son, I think you're a little faggot pussy, and I want you to read this book and be a man from now on.
You realize how hard it is to be a faggot pussy? You realize they pump dicks in your asshole? Do you want to go through that world where you get dicks pumped in your asshole?
Yes, Dad.
Hey, son! You're a little bitch, and I want you to be more of a man! Listen to your dad, Jocko the Clown!
Especially among our young boys. You're saying you want to stand up to those bullies, be prepared to do so, be respectful. Those are the types of values you're talking about in this book.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see kids all the time, you know, that start getting down the wrong path. They start playing a bunch of video games and...
Okay, well, yeah, wouldn't it suck if this guy was your dad? Don't play video games, those are for pussies!
Instead of getting out there and actually learning some martial arts or getting out there and exercises or learning how to study, all those things make people feel bad.
Studying about how to study. You need to study more about studying, okay? Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Yes, you can normally tell... You normally don't want to fuck with someone whose neck is as equally wide as the top of their head. That's usually means you don't want to fuck with them.
And when kids are in the world and they don't feel confident, they really end up causing problems for themselves and sometimes, unfortunately, for other people.
That's right. I'm always looking for dirty fingernails. That's a good sign of a kid out there doing something. Jocko, send me a couple of those books. I'm going to send you my address. I'm going to give them to my boys. I love it. Appreciate
Absolutely,
it.
No problem. Thanks,
The book is The Warrior Kid. Check it out. It's awesome.
He's always looking for dirty fingernails.
I'm out there doing something, man. I'm a fucking redneck prime Republican, dude. I got dirty fingernails.
Damn.
I was actually moving dirty, gritty shit all day.
Dirty, gritty shit.
Dirty, gritty, shitty city, bitty.
Really dirty.
All right, here's
shit.
What's in room 307?
Crazy Pete.
All right. Here's some targeted harassment guy. You ever hear about this shit? Like the
targeted
the
individuals.
the gang stalking people.
Oh yeah.
Saturday morning. The first time I've parked my truck outside in probably 6 months.
Because you're a paranoid fool.
But I had a bunch of art piled up in my garage. And now I come out this morning, I got a tow truck driver just sitting behind my truck.
Okay, what is that proof of? Nothing.
You live in.
He did take off.
Looks like they're either in. Looks like they're either in Arizona or Southern California. Because it's like desert looking.
You don't think it's a little suspicious that they left as soon as he came out filming?
I mean, maybe it's a little bit, but it does not prove anything. It doesn't mean that they weren't. Maybe he was sitting around waiting to get a call and then drove off to wherever they called him to.
Maybe they just dropped his vehicle off or something. He knew the guy was about to leave or something.
Could be.
He said he parked his truck outside overnight.
Hanging out.
But the question is, who the fuck is this guy and why is it important for people to be watching him? And what are the odds that he's just a fucking paranoid fool compared to like this vast conspiracy to spy on this nobody? This guy nobody
throwing a paper in his driveway too, Ben. Look, oh my god.
Oh shit! That's a spying device, actually.
Yeah.
People who do meth always think they're being spied on, by the way.
Yeah. Well, any type of like speed like that, yeah, makes you paranoid. Even like drinking too much coffee has made me paranoid before. So
now I know a lot of.
I have a friend who's on meth, man. He says what it is. He stays awake for so long, he starts hallucinating.
This guy does meth. This guy does meth. He hasn't got to the stage where his face is pocked out yet, but his cheekbones. It's all meth. His face is eating his body is getting down to only the muscle because he's burning all of his excess fat off all the fucking meth. He's smoking and staying up for 7 days.
You can lose 100 pounds in 3 months on the meth diet.
All Arizona people are on meth.
Yeah, the way his eyes look all crazy too, that's another telltale sign.
See how small his pupils are?
Yeah.
All that big sea of blue.
They go days without fucking sleep, man.
Yeah, just look into those deep blue eyes.
He needs to take a woman. Is that a cabbie hat? He needs to take it off.
Oh my god.
I have cabbie hats copyrighted, by the way. Oh, that's not a cabbie hat. Never mind.
For that guy to be sitting over here, unless he's trying to repo one of these people's cars. And I'm pretty sure that, yeah, they just got new cars.
What?
And I guess since I'm on the topic, I thought my gang stalking was over. But,
it never started.
Yeah.
One of the
it is over, buddy. It never
hats on
started.
my eBay store. If you steal somebody's logo and you put it on another piece of apparel, and you sell their logo and make profit from it, that's illegal. Now, if you buy something at a garage sale or swap meet, it's
that's what Nike did to me, Billy.
Really? You invented the Nike symbol, pimp?
Oh, fuck. You didn't know that?
Oh, shit. I didn't know that, man. You just came out of the womb and grabbed a crayon and drew that shit on the paper and said, just do it.
I pooped it in a diaper, and I said, that's mine.
He came out of the womb, and the doctor circumcised him, and the little foreskin clip looked like
a Nike symbol, yeah. They call me a Nike dick.
Ew.
Ew.
Oh, Nike. I don't know if this said Nike on the front. It's already on there. It's already made by the company. It's not me using the logo. If I do that, the company can report you. Say like a
so glad we have this lawyer here to explain fucking copyright law to us.
Yeah.
Is that a fresh tattoo? Because it looks awful red.
Well, that's
No,
the
he's got
thing.
red backing in it.
Oh, okay.
He knows all about copyright law, man. That's why they want him killed, man. They got people fucking following him everywhere, sitting outside his house. They're fucking with him, man.
Did he just put his Nike hat on inside out so he wouldn't put the logo on his video and get sued for copyright?
Yeah, he's
Oh my
that
God.
fucking paranoid.
Oh my
this
God.
dude is like, no, he's being stalked, man.
He's the kind of guy that looks at his catalogs. Why is this tiger watching me?
I don't even know how to say it. Dulce Gabbana.
Dolce Gabbana, bitch.
Why even wear the hat at all? Is the question. If you
Gucci
have to wear it
bag.
inside out because you're afraid of the logo,
Probably to cover the
not real.
pockmarks on his
You put that on
forehead from
eBay,
all the meth he does.
That company is going to flag that item. They're going to let eBay know, and they'll close your store down for a week.
I bet he had acne as a kid too, Billy.
Well, you can see the little acne there above, in between his brow and his ear here.
you can see he missed some hair that he tried to shave behind his ear there.
Yeah. He did, didn't he? A big patch.
So that's happened with a couple items we've had. One with a Securitas hat that was. I had to contact our legal department, explain to them the law.
I had to contact our legal department, explain to them the law.
Good job.
Good job, lawyer Tony.
I don't think the public defender actually counts as your legal department, but okay.
They acknowledged. I have on video that they acknowledged that they were wrong. They sent eBay the request to cancel the stop on the store, which took like 4 days. So my store was closed for 7 days anyway.
What is
So
the
a
point of
company
this
called-
video, man? Is this dude like? Is this off his YouTube channel or something? He just because it started out as him getting his evidence for the gang stalking, and now he's talking about fucking eBay.
Yeah.
Well, it's all about that they're after him, Evan. Everybody's after him.
Oh, I see.
Pimp Monk actually is. Pimp Monk told me
Yeah.
he hates this guy.
I hate
and that
this
he's going
fucking
after
dude.
him.
He stole
Leave
my
this
hat.
man alone, Pimp Monk. Just because he's got a thick fucking dick.
Why are you always thinking about their dicks, Billy?
He's got blue eyes.
Incorporated
They're beautiful. They're beautiful.
Flagged one of our hats. It didn't close our store for a week, but it did
Okay,
delete the hat
Billy,
out of our store.
stop
Just
that.
fine and threw it in the trash. No big deal.
That made me uncomfortable.
Close our
Billy.
store. I don't have a problem with it.
When I get bored, I get gay. Is that weird?
Yes.
Is that weird?
Yeah, that's
Ben
why.
didn't even hesitate. He said yes.
Well, I was stuck in an elevator with him for an hour, which
was very boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
We
did
should've
all-
fucked.
I watched that. You did start hitting on Ben like immediately.
Not immediately. It was about 15 minutes in. That's the amount of time you want to wait to fuck in an elevator is 15 minutes. If it's 15 minutes, like, all bets are off. They open the door now. It's been 15 minutes. Of course, we're fucking.
But you do have bad luck in elevators, man. I just met Billy. We stepped on an elevator. Boom, we got stuck. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. He's the worst person to be in an elevator
I like
with.
how Pimp Monk's calling it bad luck instead of fat fuck.
I couldn't imagine like being in New York City and like riding a fucking elevator, you know, up to the top of like One World Trade Center or something like that. It would probably get stuck.
There's a apartment complex downtown Seattle across the old Crocodile
Yeah.
venue, music venue, and my buddy lived in there, and I went in his apartment, and he lived on like the 4th floor, 5th floor or something.
Yeah.
And the elevator was from 1908.
God damn.
And I was not walking up those stairs. I put my life in the fucking line.
They probably still have to have that elevator inspected, though.
Yeah. I lived. But like I was sitting there like, dude, this is stupid. Don't be fat. Walk up the stairs. But I was like, nope. If I die, I die. 1908 damn elevator where you could see the fucking mechanics. In the damn
it's like
elevator.
in a cage, basically.
Yo, it was
Did you pull
bad.
the Dolph Lundgren line? If they die, I die.
Yep.
Isn't that ironic that the elevator, man? You think the elevator has contributed to obesity in general because less people are walking upstairs now?
No. Elevators have nothing to do with obesity. It's all about the lack of actual nutrition in our food.
I think I might be stretching it, Evan.
But look, if we didn't have any elevators and everybody had to walk up the stairs, they'd be fucking getting exercise, man.
Oh, they fucking got moving stairs. Fucking escalators.
Oh, that's Pimp Monk's favorite. Dude, there's literally nothing scary about escalators. I'm sorry. They're not
there's-
scary.
It's a movie nightmare, Ben.
Dude, you like. Okay, that building has a ton of escalators. You know, it's the building where Fogo is. It's that building. You know, how there's a bunch of escalators.
Yeah.
I see, dude. I've never seen anyone else react that way to an escalator.
What, Pitmonk
I
freaks out
see,
with
like,
the escalators?
Yes, I'm terrified of them.
He gets all scared, like, when it gets to the end, he does this, like, little dance and, like, jumps off of it.
You're such a cartoon, Pimp Monk. You're not
I'm sorry, I'm terrified of them, man. You keep making fun of me. I'm terrified of them.
I was like,
you're not
he was trying
100% human.
He's like, why don't we just take an elevator instead? And I'm like, no, I'm taking the fucking escalator because it's faster.
At very minimum, Pimp Monk, you're 25% cartoon, but I think it's as high as 75% tune. The fact that
he does that, you know that thing where Fred and Barney Rubble, when they like run away and they like their like legs spin in the air for a second, then they take off. That's what Pimmonk does when he gets toward the end of the escalator.
That's how he exits an escalator.
He's been repressing a memory from his childhood. When he was a baby, Mama Monk left him on the floor for a second at the mall, and he walked up to the escalator. He crawled up to the escalator, and his diaper got stuck in the fucking escalator.
Damn.
And he started going up, man, and he couldn't stop.
Pulled his dick off.
And by the way, Billy, you get stuck in every elevator. You can't talk about me being a cartoon. You're
But
a
he's not
cartoon.
afraid.
I am. I don't know if I'm a cartoon, dude. I think I'm a human whale or something.
No, you're.
I probably am a cartoon.
He's half
Are you
orca.
whale kid, man?
I'm a killer whale, dude. I'm orca
dude, I
kid.
am. I don't know
Whale
what
kid.
it is. I do have a. I don't know what it is, man. I've always been that way. But I used to go to this casino in Tunica, and I would not fucking take the escalator. I just could not do it, man.
I feel like the reason that you drive the Greyhound all the time is because you're also B.A. Baracus. You're not just a cartoon.
No, I've flown a lot.
I'll die before I fly.
No, dude, I've flown a lot, actually.
Okay, I
Yeah,
still can't get
yeah.
over the fact that you prefer being on a bus for 6 days as opposed to 6 hours through TSA at an airport.
Well, see, I've never been on a bus for 6 days, but okay.
You worked the last time when it snowed. It was like 6 days. Are you sure?
No, it was
Pimp
4.
Monk?
I know it was 4 days.
It was
4.
5.
Most of,
How many was it total though? Round trip.
Yeah, it was the round trip was over a week.
Well, total out there and back it was 7 because 3 up there, 4 back.
And it would have been less than a day if you flew.
And I'm cool with it. I'm totally cool with it. I like busting stuff.
I understand that, and I only judge that because I am not cool with it. I freak out thinking that my buddy Pimp Monk's stuck on a bus.
Yeah,
for a week.
I was like you were gone forever, and then I'm looking at your social media, and you're still on the road. I'm like, what the fuck?
Ben and I were like enjoying a nice meal somewhere, and we're like, dude, Pimp Monk's still on a bus.
Yeah.
I got delayed, but it happens. I'm cool with it though.
I wish you could fly like Superman, Pimp Monk. That would be an awesome movie, man. If we made a movie or a comic book about you, and you could get like some
making no sense now.
No, you get some radioactive kratom that was grown in Chernobyl, and then you turn into like Superman. It gives you
Making no
superpowers.
sense now,
You can
Evan.
fly. Every time you eat kratom, you can fly through the sky. That would be an awesome movie.
That would be awesome, Evan. That would. I agree. I agree.
Kratom makes me fly.
Kratom, god of s'more.
Pimp Monk X-Men.
Oh, I have a video from Evan's favorite.
Ooh.
All right, hey everyone, it's TVC Mario, and you're here for a video I needed to make to go ahead and respond to this video right here.
How many
which is
videos has
currently
you made about
trending,
you, Evan?
The Fable of the Dragon Tyrant by CGP Gray. The reason I needed to respond to it is because one of the things I've been covering on this YouTube channel is the transhumanist agenda. What that is, for those of you who don't know, is a group of individuals that in fact are bigger and more powerful than you probably think, that believe that through science, whether technology...
He's talking about you, Evan.
Yep,
Yeah. He is.
Here it comes.
Whoa.
Here's his propaganda.
AI or whatever, they can become immortal. That in fact the next step in human evolution is to become cyborgs. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is not science fiction. I showed in many of these videos, including Body 2.0, how this is even on TED Talks. So this is not just in some crazy fringe movies out there. This is now breaking through to the mainstream. We are going to see some major advances in technology.
We should.
I like how his proof is like, look at my list of videos.
But transhumanism is
And each
likely,
one of them
right?
is the same. He's like,
the Antichrist is coming, and he's going to make you immortal through technology, and he's going to make robots do everything, and then the robots are going to turn on us. It's like, fuck him. It's all anti-Evanism propaganda, man.
Damn. So do you think the Vigilant Christian, he sets out to be anti-Evanism, I'm guessing, is like...
Well, he's been programmed to what the church system does. They've been building it up for hundreds of years now to call me the Antichrist. When I become king, they're going to say, you're the Antichrist, see? Because the Vigilant Christian made videos saying that this guy was going to use technology to become a god. And that's what I'm going to do.
Like
I've invented the technology. You know, when I was young, I came up with it, man, how to merge with technology and achieve immortality, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Pimp Monk?
No.
You don't?
Be up to speed on it.
No.
The playlist, if you haven't seen it, will be linked up for you to check out in the description. But I really needed to go ahead and respond to this because what this is doing on a spiritual level is offering a false hope to people. This individual, CJP Gray, has no idea, I believe, what he's in fact doing. But he's being a prophet, in a sense, offering a false gospel. Jesus Christ is the only way to eternal life. We are not going through...
But it's not even eternal. I hate it when they call it eternal life because you're not alive. You die in your physical form and then you go to some other plane of existence. So it's
not even another plane. What he doesn't understand is the reason we have eternal life in the kingdom of heaven in these spaceships deep in outer space is because our new bodies are made out of nanotechnology. So we are technology. The eternal life that Jesus Christ provides you in heaven is done through technology.
I think Pimp Monk wants to debate you on this. I don't think he.
No, I do not want to debate.
Okay, well then shut up and listen to Evan Lefevre speak the truth.
I was agreeing.
Internet God sports, bitch.
Well, a lot of people think that heaven is some magical, spiritual other plane or dimension or space, but it's not. It's just like it's in spaceships, giant spaceships deep in outer space in the future, time travel enabled spaceships.
I wish we could get Mario to debate Evan.
I would love it, dude. We could probably trick him into doing it somehow. And
I asked him to do it once, and he said he didn't want to do it because he didn't think you were serious.
Yeah, fuck him. Yet he makes all these videos about me. He makes all these videos about the dude who's going to become king, and he's really the Antichrist and all this shit. He makes all these videos about the Illuminati, but he won't face me. He won't bring that shit he won't say it to my face, man. He'll make these videos, but he won't say it to my face. It's like, fuck that, dude.
I love you, Evan.
Thank you. I love you too.
Or technology merging ourselves, the transhumanist agenda, going to overcome death. Death is already overcome through Jesus Christ, the cross. And I know this seems like foolishness because that's what the Bible says to most people.
So like, so if you're in a car accident and they take you to the hospital and they're like, we need to do this to save your life, you'll be like, no, Jesus is the only way through eternal life.
That's some people do that with cancer and shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They pray the fucking cancer
I doubt
out.
Mario would do that.
Mario's a little bitch.
Mario would take all the treatment he could get.
This is just crazy, but eternal life, you can have it right now. You don't need to wait for a technological quantum leap of evolution to occur. You can have it right now. And all throughout history, eternal life has been available to people through faith in God.
I mean, like, okay, so if your doctor was like, hey, your heart's fucked up, you know, it could die at any time and you'll die from it. But we have an artificial heart we could put in your body.
Or even a pacemaker. I'm sure Mario thinks pacemakers are satanic until he has a heart attack and needs one himself. You know what I mean?
Well, he thinks everything is satanic for views, right? He just puts the satanic spin on literally anything that's trending. He's a fucking trend monkey.
Abraham,
he doesn't understand this cult that he's in, this cult that he prescribes to be in. They all love murder and they love death. It's like, dude, and they think anybody who's going to provide eternal life to people on earth, if I can keep people alive forever through technology, he thinks it's satanic because I'm keeping people away from heaven because they should die and go to heaven so they can be with Jesus.
You're right,
So they
Billy.
want people to die.
Yeah, yeah. Like, look at this. He's just using this as an excuse to talk about this video because it has 1 million views. It has 101,000 thumbs up.
It's 46 on the trending, so he's hitting the trending list for anything he can. He's probably looking at the trending list when he makes new videos and picks whatever he can.
All right, everyone.
That's what he does, and his channel just took a hit because when the adpocalypse started, he quit making money on all these Illuminati videos. So we quit making these videos where he calls everything Illuminati and satanic, and so we quit getting all these millions of views. And the last video he uploaded was some stupid shit about the Venom trailer, how that's satanic, and it only got like 1,000 views, and he's got like 500,000 subs and shit. So he's desperate right now for shit. You know what I mean? So
that's YouTube though, man. They fucking everybody.
Well,
the Venom trailer.
Not everybody. If you're from one of the major networks or cable channels and you have a YouTube channel, they protect that very well. You get recommended videos way more often. You know, they've totally put it in the favor of corporate media again.
Yeah,
they've skewed the numbers on it.
In God. And now that Jesus Christ, the Messiah, has come, anyone can get eternal life. But what this video does is it presents a hope that a lot of people are buying into. As you can see, over 100,000 likes. People really love this concept. And as I said, it's growing. Time Magazine 2045, the year man becomes immortal. Time Magazine
we can do that a lot sooner than 2045. We could do it by 2030.
You notice there's an asterisk next to the year man becomes immortal, and then there's a little paragraph down below that says something. I can't read it because it's so
If you
small.
believe humans and machines will become one, welcome to the singularity movement.
Yeah, so it's a movement. Time Magazine isn't reporting it like it's a fact that it's going to happen by 2045. How the fuck could they possibly know that? It's just about how there's a movement.
Yeah. And they're aiming for 2045 to believe that man and machine will become one. The singularity, the transhumanist agenda.
Yep.
And I believe in it.
Okay.
All death. We've talked about this. They're already talking about.
Because what's more evil?
2.0.
If you ask Mario, what's more evil, dude? Letting someone die when you could use technology to keep them alive, or letting someone die, you know, a horrible death or whatever, you know? Like, isn't it better? Isn't keeping someone alive better than letting them die?
Depends on what their quality of life is like.
Yeah.
Well, Mario's a dipshit. He really
that
is.
I agree with. I agree with that 100%.
All this
Yeah, it's
stuff.
okay,
So
Pimp Monk. I understand, dude. Some of the stuff I say might be a little over your head, but you're no scientist, man.
Yeah, I know.
You know about kratom, but
Oh, you know, Pimp Monk, I know you don't get anything I say. It's no problem. You're just an idiot.
Yeah.
It's basically what he just said.
Well, I mean, if Evan's right, we're all fucking idiots, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean, us all?
Oh, we're not at Evan's level.
Speak for
We don't
yourself.
know. You're not transcending humanism.
Hey, I am a key figure in the world of Evanism, okay?
I am a supporter of Evanism.
You're a supporter.
But you can't with a right
you were a
mind
real-
claim you understand all that Evan
If
knows.
you were a real supporter of Evanism, then you'd be kissing my ass right now.
Pull it out,
Evan,
boy.
you know what you gotta say
Pull it
when I
out.
get Evan?
Mexico.
I didn't get what you said, so I'm an idiot.
New
You gotta
Mexico,
like the dude
boy.
that gets rejected by the girl. You're a whore because you rejected me.
oh, it's okay, man. It's okay.
That's okay. That's okay. I tell you what I can do though, Evan. I can bring a real scientist by the name of Landon Noah. I think he can debate you a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
well, everything I talk about is science fact, man.
Yeah, I know it is.
Because look
I
at
believe
Pimp
you,
Monk.
Evan. I
Pimp Monk.
believe you.
You believe that technology was created by humans on Earth, man, but there's like all these other planets in existence that are millions of years more technologically advanced than we are now, man, that have already come up with shit that, you know, I have incorporated into the kingdom of heaven, man.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I am a believer, man. I'm an Evan believer, man.
I know, man. I know. But I'm just saying, you know.
All right, so now you have to take the oath to pledge loyalty to Evanism, Pimp Monk, and I just want to make it clear you believe in Evanism now. That is your new religion. You are no longer a secular comedian, Pimp Monk. You are the Pimp Monk, the Evanist.
I'm the Evanist.
Raise your hand. Go ahead. Go ahead, Billy.
I'm raising
my Go ahead.
I Pimp Crawley.
I Pimp Smith.
I Pimp Smith am a transhumanist.
I'm a transgender.
I'm a transhumanist follower of Evanisms and the kingdom of Evan. Evan LaFavor, friend forever.
Yeah, that's right.
What? You didn't do it.
I
You
did.
hold your hand up,
I did
pimp.
I did it.
He said it in his mind, man. He
But
said
you
it
didn't
in
hold
his
your hand
thoughts.
up when you said it in your mind.
How do you know I wasn't holding my hand up? Maybe I've got a small hand.
Oh, okay, Trump.
But no,
Is something
look,
that the
I mean,
church-
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
no, you don't have to pledge allegiance to Evanism, man. Evanism will take care of you whether you support it or not, man.
I know.
The free kratom, the free
It's all
cigarettes.
inclusive.
You know, it's going to be great, dude.
You'll have a
Mario,
robot.
fuck Mario.
You'll have a robot that can grow fresh tobacco for you and roll fresh cigarettes for you. They'll be the best cigarettes you've ever had in your life.
They
You'll
already
love
have
it.
those.
Really?
Cigarette fire.
They already have electric cigarette rolling machines, actually. But yeah, not quite like what you.
I'm talking about robots, not machines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking, it'll roll you a smoke while you fuck it in its robot butt.
Well, did Evan create those sex dolls we were looking at the other night, Ben?
I think Evan would do
I
a
don't
better
think
job
so.
than that.
Yeah. Those
Yeah.
were scary. They were not
That was
attractive.
scary.
I mean, I liked them. If you were thinking about getting me something for Christmas, Ben, it could
That
be
shit's
one of those.
expensive.
Oh my gosh, it's Christmas!
It's like the price of a car.
No, they have the ones on Wish. You can get one for like
You want the one that
$600
looks like a little turkey?
Oh, that's...
How about a corn of cob with testicles?
no, thank you.
The corner cock.
Oh,
Yeah, man. I'm
Corn
going
on
to
the
create
cock.
little R2-D2 robots, man, that go around to the bars and hand out free cigarettes, man. They just pop a cigarette right out at you, man. You just ask it for a cigarette, it gives you a fucking cigarette to smoke, man.
That's awesome.
Got to take care of the people outside the bar, man. I believe in
this
taking
out.
care of everybody.
Here's an
get-
autistic guy talking about how anime is autistic.
Oh. Okay.
One of the saddest things in the world today is the fact that autism is becoming synonymous with anime. Many autistic people, for some reason, seem to love anime. They just can't get enough of that anime. They go to conventions. They cosplay. They dress up like the characters.
Oh my god.
This
So
guy
he's
dresses
not
like
saying
John
that-
Cena too sometimes.
Is the tism why he's moving his arms like that? Is that part of the tis?
it is.
The tism of Oz over here.
They act like geeks. And
So he's
nerds.
not saying that autistic people are making anime look bad. He's saying that anime is making autistic people look bad.
Do 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 do.
I don't know why. I don't know why. Why do they love anime? It's giving other autistic people a bad...
I've seen multiple videos where this guy is dressed like John Cena and he like praises the fuck out of John Cena.
Oh my god.
In so many videos, it's crazy.
Is his
Oh,
hair?
I think I've seen that shit too.
Yeah.
I've seen this guy before.
Yeah.
He's-
reputation, because when people like myself who have autism go on the street and then other people come up to me and
How
say,
bad is
hey,
his
you have
hair
autism?
right
And I
now?
say, yes, I do.
It's
And then
pointing
they
like
say, well, you
4
must
to
like
5
anime,
different
right? Every
ways.
Other autistic kids likes anime, so you
Is
must...
his channel
like it,
called
so I go,
On
no.
the Spectrum?
Yeah.
No.
It is.
It sounds like a daytime talk show or something. Welcome
Yeah,
to
we should get
On
some
the Spectrum.
autistic people and produce a show, a podcast with all autistic people on there, man. We could get JF's
I
old
tried to
girlfriend
set
and shit.
that up. I tried to set that up on my channel.
No.
Tommy NC 2010 and my little weird friend Kalo. I was gonna get a whole strip of autisms. I was gonna ask Pimp Monk if he would come and be like the. You ever watch Jerry Springer? How they had Steve Wilkos?
Yeah, he was like their security
Yeah, I was
guy.
gonna see if Pimp Monk would come be the security, be my Steve Wilkos, and I'd be the Jerry Springer, just putting this the view with the tism. It would be cute.
I hate anime. I cannot stand anime. I love Western animation, but make no mistake about it, I hate anime. I love the Western animation.
I love Western animation, but make no mistake about it, I hate anime.
Wait a minute. Maybe he's just a patriot, man. He's just a hardcore patriot. He doesn't support these Japanese products invading our marketplace, man, taking revenue away from Americans, dude.
He's definitely racially driven here.
Total diarrhea.
Oh, yeah, this guy's a Trump voter, man.
Shit.
He's
diarrhea
stinks.
dog doodle
I
shit.
tell them. But you know what? It highlights the problem.
Do they let autistic people vote? Do they ever stop people from letting them vote?
Yeah.
No, they're allowed to vote.
They shouldn't let them breathe.
Dude, do you agree with them though? Do you agree that autistics like anime?
But dude, you know why they like? It's nothing to do with anime. It's everything to do with the way the anime is translated. Because the Japanese are very like matter of fact and direct with their speech. So when it's translated into English, the autism people don't have social cues getting in the way of people who are like English acting for talking. I went to an anime in the theater on Valentine's Day. And as guys were walking out, they were talking in the same voice
as this guy.
The same voice as this guy, talking about how the movie was better in the native tongue because it left out certain things. And I sat there, I was like, dude, it makes sense now why autistic people love anime. The translation caused it to be void of any sort of social integrity. You don't have this human storytelling that you do when it's like humans having a conversation or acting together in their native language. The lack of a native language takes away, and it's more robotic.
Is that because so many autistic people love anime, you know, people just assume if you have autism, you're gonna like anime, and that's not true.
I feel like this guy puts peanut butter on his dog's balls.
Every person with autism likes anime. And I feel bad for the other people with autism who hate anime as much as I do. You know, so we have to.
I feel bad for the other people with autism that hate anime as much as I do.
Not every autistic
You should start an
person
organization,
likes
Autists Against Anime.
Here's a news story from the BBC about how autists like anime.
Hey, our staff have almost become like mini celebrities.
Oh! Kill it!
No idea what any of this stuff is, but it looks like great fun.
Oh my god, look at her!
This is in Scotland.
Meet Hideki Nugent, proud owner of this manga store in Glasgow. Manga is a type of Japanese comic. With spin-offs into merchandise and film and television, it's an industry worth billions globally.
I used to work in the games industry where I was a graphic designer. Unfortunately, that company went bust. And I went to the job centre.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so cringy.
This is amazing.
And it said, we can help you.
Why is that guy cosplaying as Onision back there? Dude, this is amazing. This is fucking amazing. Look at the level of weird and tism in this room. It's almost artistic. This is beautiful.
It's artistic, not autistic.
It seriously is. This is artism, dude.
Yeah, they gave me a year of training,
autistics,
and
man.
it's become what it has become today after about 12 years of work.
In that time, Nugent has graduated from bedroom to
Why can't he
market
just
stop.
say win?
Yeah, that's how it's pronounced. Nugent.
He's like
Where are
Ted
you
Nugent
getting that?
over here.
N-G-U-Y. I mean, like, even if you sound it out the way an English-speaking person would, it doesn't say Nugent.
Nagayan.
The G would have to be after the U.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's win.
It would be N-U-G-E-N, Nugent. It's win. Yeah, it's pronounced win.
Yeah, just pronounce it right, you fucking autist.
And now a manga empire of 2 shops. With a successful one established in Birmingham, he was able to open a new one in Glasgow this April.
We're walking past and my daughter dragged me into the shop.
As well as locals, the shop attracts pilgrims from further afield.
I'm from China. Hi. I came here because I love this Pikachu.
But for diehard
Pikachu.
Is he wearing a shirt?
He doesn't have a shirt on. He's playing Connect 4.
local fans like these, the shop is also a place to hang out.
It's creative, it's passionate,
it's got everything. I love it.
Oh
It allows you to think outside the box. So it does.
When we applied for Glasgow, we had 819
Shave
people
those
apply for the
fucking
job, and they were
eyebrows.
all anime fans.
This sense of community and belonging might help to explain why the shop attracts a very different kind of person.
Different type of person.
My son's autistic and we'll absolutely love it in here. We live 2.5 hours away, but we're going to have to come back by train. Lots of his friends like it, and it sort of brings him together, like as a community type thing. It's kind of like his safe place, if you will. If he's having a bad day, it calms him right down.
Now meet Brendan Doig, a supervisor at the shop, who is on the autistic spectrum.
He's a supervisor.
Doig.
Inmates leaving the asylum, man.
Yeah.
There's certain things about manga that I think appeal to autistic people. Everything's fairly bombastic and dramatic. There's no subtlety in manga, really. Even something about people that's just people talking is drawn in such a way that it's huge. I'm quite good at knowing. You just need to be aware of the telltale signs of it, whether it's putting their hands together like this in front of something they really like. That's usually a sign. There's no middle ground. You either really, really love something and that's your end all and be all, that's your day, and there's other things that you hate, and that's just the way it is. It's not really hate, you just don't care, you don't have any opinion on it.
No, there's hate. There's hate. Definitely.
You get those people, it's really fun for us because that's kind of where we are on, on the realm of kind of loving this stuff.
Aware that the exhibitionism of the staff might put off some autistic people, the shop has devised a strategy to get around this.
We've come up with Coco's Calm Tuesday. So Coco Monkey is our mascot, and we have a picture of him meditating. Tuesday will be the day that we recommend our customers to come who want a much more calmer environment. So we'll turn the music down and we'll wind down our staff a little bit as well.
The dancing shit is dumb too.
They got cute girls working in there at least.
Well, no, not that cute. They're kind of cute.
I mean, they're all right.
They're cute by default.
Yeah.
You put a fucking piece of corn inside of a turd, you're like, that corn looks like food. Oh my God, that was amazing.
Well, maybe, man. You know, I heard of the Vigilant Christian Mario talking about how vaccines cause autism, and so maybe the anime industry is lobbying to put these autistic chemicals into the vaccines that cause autism, so they can increase anime sales.
The anime industry is the only people combating the anti-vaxxers. All the anti-vaxxers like, don't vax your kids. The anime industry is like, no, do it. Put the vaccines in there.
Do it. I dare you. I dare you, pussy.
Here's a weird video. I refused to pay for my drink, and this is what happened.
Could you please make an exception tonight and let me order off the kids menu?
It's not a possibility. You want to talk to the manager, honey?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being a dick.
You guys had a question? Oh, yes. I was wondering if you could please make an exception tonight and let us order off of the kids menu.
We generally really don't do that because it's strictly for kids.
I understand, but you did bring the menu, and we thought it was okay since you brought the menu.
Oh, whatever. You're just causing trouble.
He ordered his
Get the
drink
fuck out of
first,
there.
so he's trying to scam the drink now.
Yeah.
By ordering off the kids menu.
But you requested the menu, so I thought you guys might wanted to color with crowns. Some people like to color and all that, so that's what I assumed.
No. We're a quarter of a century old. We don't like to color anymore. We just like...
A quarter of it? So 25?
We're a quarter of a century old. We don't like to color.
I've never heard anyone say, especially someone who is 25, be like, I'm a quarter of a century old.
We just like to order tendies, and those are only on the kids menu. Give us our tendies.
Good deals, good prices.
Chicky tendies.
Okay.
That's a stupid policy to have, though. It is a ridiculous policy to not allow adults to order off the kids menu. It's like, come on, why not take their fucking money, man?
It's the same reason that they have kids eat free on Tuesdays specials. They only have the kids menu to get the adults in eating actual fucking food.
They don't really make a lot of money off the kids menu.
They throw the kids some fucking chicken tendies or mac and cheese and call it a day while the parents eat the fajitas.
Right.
Let us order off of it tonight?
Normally, sir, if we do that, it's for elderly people or people with medical conditions. So unless...
We both have medical conditions.
Okay.
Are you assuming my medical history, dude?
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say no.
No?
Yes, sir.
But I mean, we might potentially order more that way since we're saving money, this way, ordering off the kids menu.
That is correct.
This dude's an
But
asshole.
next time you come in, you might want it, and then also if other people see that we're doing it, they're gonna want it.
What about just this time since you brought us the kids
This
menu?
guy's just a jerk.
Yeah, I can't stand him already.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh yeah, dude, order the kids meal. Then I'd have every chef in the back shove the fucking chicken tendies up their ass before they put them on the plate.
What's that?
We don't live around here. We're with a friend.
Which is something that won't happen in the future when robots take over, man. You won't have any chicken nuggets up the ass before they get to the plate.
I've ordered off the kids menu so many fucking times. The only reason they're not being able to order off the kids menu is because they're fucking assholes.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been here many times. I know him.
Well, then they're recording. You got to be an asshole to be recording.
Yeah, we generally don't do that, sir. I mean, it's just house rules. I don't make the rules. That's just coming from the owners.
But I mean, you did bring us the kids
You don't
menu, so
record
could you-
someone and say, "Hey, can you break the rules?"
Him
for
bringing
me?
you the menu doesn't mean that they have to serve you. They don't even have to serve you at all. I mean, honestly.
Yeah. But the guy just said you asked for the kids menu.
Yeah.
You fucking, he's a dick, dude. If I was this guy, I'd slap him.
That is correct, but you requested the menu. I assumed, like I said before, that you wanted to play around with the crowns, but I guess if it's going to be an issue, we'll do it this one time.
Thank you, sir.
Good
But next time we will not.
You're a very good manager. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
I wouldn't do it.
He's gonna spit in that food, man.
Oh, this is the god of cringe.
Is that who this guy is?
Yeah, I got a video with him and Lacey Green.
So you hate him? He's a dick, right?
Oh, he's kind of my friend.
You just said you hated him and that he was a piece of shit. And you
He
hope
is a
that
piece
people
of
would
shit,
like
though.
make him eat
No,
poopy and stuff.
He is a piece of shit, though. He fucking blows up my like at VidCon. He blew up my inbox, asking me to hang out every fucking day with like. He's like, "Oh, you're with Boogie. Can I come hang out with you on Boogie?"
I want to hang out with this guy.
And I'm like, "No, dude, I can't. Sorry, man." He's like, "Well," and he's like, "Tell me this. Can I stay at your hotel?" And I'm like, "No."
Talk the manager into allowing you to order a
I
kids
could
meal,
see Ben
even though
trying to
it
hang out
said
with
10
Ben,
years and under.
Ben be like, "Go away, boy."
He does this all the time with
They don't
people.
care about your age; they just care about your money, and that's
Is he a
why
sovereign
we order off the kids
citizen,
menu.
man?
Now, this is how you properly color the kids menu, because I ordered off of it.
Yeah, he's just a fucking dick.
That's gonna be on Facebook later.
Nah, that's the wrong website. Oh, there's our $5.95.
Oh, that manager probably
Kids
busted a
fettuccine.
nut
Again,
in that fucking
$5.95.
It's like $1 worth of sauce and noodle.
Does he look happy to you?
I like how his friend won't even let him put his face in
Right.
the video.
You guys are being very difficult, and I'm doing the best I can to accommodate you.
It's nothing personal.
with the
I'm
drinks.
Jewish.
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah, the god of cringe, folks. This is
He
his-
just like goes out and fucks with people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Okay, I'm German. Okay. All right, so
I'm German.
I like.
Oh,
Wow. I'm about to gas your ass.
Rock beats scissors, motherfucker.
if there's any other issues, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to leave. Okay?
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that makes it a little better. If he's just doing this just to fuck with people, you know.
Yes.
There are people like this that legitimately do this shit all the time, though. That are like penny pinching ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, this guy tries to be the worst human being all the time.
So he's like Joe, kind of.
Make a funny face.
Him and Joe can hang out.
But Joe turns
Well,
it
my
off.
friend left his bowl
I don't-
of
yeah,
around me.
Around you.
That's the worst thing about Joe. He's just a regular human being around me.
Sir, this check isn't right.
What's wrong?
We ordered a kids meal that comes with a drink, and they're trying
Correct,
to
but
charge us
in
for
order
it.
for us to do the adult,
See, here's the difference between
Acceptance on
making
the
prank
kids' meal, we
videos.
always
That
charge for
you're
the
fucking with somebody's
Man.
job right now.
Yeah, I can't, man. Has he ever been punched?
Probably,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, they
I
didn't
don't
tell
watch
us
a
that.
lot of
They-
his stuff, but I'm pretty sure he's had everything happen to him. He I think there's a video of him like fucking with a drunk girl on the street because she drank too much, and she's sitting there crying on the street, and he's just like, "Hey, can I get your number?" and stuff like that. He's got like the worst videos. I think that's what the video is. I don't know.
Said
I
it
don't-
came with a kid-sized drink,
well,
and
sir,
that's what we asked
this
for.
is the bill.
We asked for a kid-sized drink.
Correct, but once again, if I do let people order off the kids' meal, that you being an adult, we always charge for the drink. That's just how we operate here.
I understand you always do that, but you can't do that if you don't tell people that.
Yes, correct.
And they didn't
So
tell me this time.
This is your bill.
Next time you can charge me for that, but not this time.
Oh,
This is your bill. It will be paid. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
15 years ago, and it's still to this day. Right this way.
I'm happy to pay for the kids' meal, but I'm not going to pay for the drink. because she said I would get a kid-sized drink. And they brought that drink out. It's not my fault.
He's such a fucking asshole, dude.
That is correct, sir.
Maybe if he's at VidCon this year, I'll
once
just
again,
beat him up.
When we let adults order off the kids menu, this is how we price it.
She's brand new. She admitted that, and I definitely think that she should tell the next person that.
Right.
Because she should have told us that.
Okay.
I'm a fair guy.
I mean, not really though, because you insisted to order off the kids menu when we don't allow that.
Well, they did make that exception this time, ma'am.
So we made you an exception. So then you should respect this and order your drink.
I understand that, but I mean, a homeless person on the side of the street can't demand that you give him money.
This guy gonna beat the shit out of him? He's calling the police.
Yeah. You can ask for it.
At our restaurant.
You're
you
asking.
ate at our restaurant, so you need to pay for your stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, I'll get us some assistance here.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, this is Broadway Diner calling. I need an officer assistance at the diner, please. I have an unruly customer.
I'm not unruly. Not at all.
God, he's such a douche.
He is a douche.
Yeah.
This is like exceptionally cringy.
Okay, so how much is my total without the drink?
Your total with the drink is $5.95 plus $2.25.
I'm only paying for the kids' meal that came with a drink. So how much?
Less
is the
than
total
$10, and he can't pony up, but he's fucking with him.
I'm happy to pay. You can't say I'm not going to pay for what I ate.
Yeah, but
I'm not even sure if he's fucking with people either. That's the worst part.
Man.
He might just be a total asshole.
Yeah. Everything I've dealing with this guy in real life, everything about him makes me think he's actually just this fucking level of asshole.
Maybe so.
Like it's funny to prank call a business maybe and do a little prank call that's less than a minute long to fuck with someone just for fun. But this guy's like fucking really fucking this dude's day up, you know?
Yeah, because this dude's got to deal with so many other customers and all this shit, and you just don't do shit like that.
Satisfaction.
I don't want any satisfaction, sir. I just want the business to be correct. And if you have any issues, when the officer gets here, we will discuss it with him and see what he says.
The business is only correct if you.
I'm done talking.
I
to the
have
officer
proof that
gets
you're
here.
not allowing me to pay, and that's what I will show the officer, which is illegal.
I don't think it's illegal.
Willing to pay is illegal.
I'm not holding you hostage. I'm just asking you to pay. This is how.
You said you're not allowing me to pay, correct?
No, I did not say that.
Okay, I'm going to pay for the kids' meal that came with the drink.
I'm done talking to the officer gets here.
Wonderful.
And you can wait.
Thank you.
I think he might have a case too, because the menu does say no drink. They never mentioned the drink charge.
When do the cops get there?
I'll watch the front. Huh? I'll watch the front. You having a good day?
As much of a dickhead as he's being,
Oh yeah.
nowhere did they say they were going to charge him the $2.25.
Officer Cagle.
Officer Kegel muscle. Here he comes.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
My name is Joel.
Okay, I'm Lieutenant Cagle.
Oh, his name is Joel. Sounds an awful lot like someone else.
I don't know who else. Lowell? Goal?
No.
We can if you'd like.
No?
Let's go outside. I we don't bother anyone across.
You can come outside too. If you want to call us. Oops. My girlfriend and I ordered a kids meal at this restaurant.
Hold on 1 second. I'm not condescending on you, but he's the one that called. I'm gonna listen to him first,
sir.
and then I'm gonna give you a chance to tell you.
Yes,
something.
sir.
Condescending on you.
What's going on?
Him and his girlfriend and another gentleman came in to eat.
Okay.
I accepted that after 3 times of him asking to order off the kids menu. I told him 3 times that we only make exceptions if you're an adult to order off the kids menu, if you're a senior and or you have a medical condition.
Okay.
He told me his medical condition was that he does not like to spend a lot of money because it makes him angry.
That was a joke.
That was his medical condition.
Okay.
Okay, so from then on, I let him order because we're very accommodating here.
Okay.
He asked for a pib, no
This
ice.
owner's being petty,
and a
though,
side
too.
cup of ice.
We'll see.
Okay, so a few minutes later, he didn't want the pib, he wanted a Coke.
Okay.
So we took the pib away and gave him a Coke.
Nah, this dude's annoying as fuck.
Oh, he
dude.
is annoying as
Adults
fuck.
order off the kid menu. We do charge for the drink.
Right.
Okay. But on the kids menu, it does state that the drink is included.
Okay.
But that's how we do business. If we do let you order off the kids menu as an adult, we do charge for
He never told them that.
From then on, he's been recording everybody at the table, the restaurant, the conversations, and his attitude has not been the best.
Okay. So what's the dispute here?
It's a dispute over him paying for a $2.25.
Okay.
It came with the kids' meal.
But once again, how we do business, if we let an adult, what's up, Eddie?
He never
Order
said.
off a kids menu, we do charge for the drink. That's just how we
I
do
don't
business.
get it. They told me that. I promise. The goddamn drink price.
Yeah, I hate overly cheap people. I don't mind people being frugal, but when you're talking about $2.99,
But if this guy never told him it'd be a $2.25 charge for the drink on top of it because it says free on the menu, I gotta side with the guy to cringe here.
This dude bent over backwards to give him his. I mean, he kept telling him no, not to order off the menu. He bent over backwards for the dude.
But he bent.
I get what
when
you're
you
saying,
bend,
but-
you
Can't
bend.
say that, dude.
Now he's
There's an
making a
assumed-
stand.
There's an you're assumed to know that you have to pay for whatever you order. You know what I mean?
But it
You're under
says
the
he
assumption.
ordered the kids' meal that came with a drink.
Let's hear his argument.
And I'm happy to pay for the kids' meal, and she said that it was going to come in a kid-sized cup. And I said, that's fine with me and my girlfriend, but they brought it out in a normal-sized cup. I couldn't help that. And
This guy's like, really? This is what I'm here for?
He wouldn't let me pay for just my kids' meal. He demanded that I pay for a drink as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna pay for
I
the
have my
drinks.
wallet out. I'm happy to pay.
Right. Okay. You ate the food and drank the drink.
I drank the drink because it came with the meal.
Right. And you ate the food.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I'll just break it down to you real simple. You owe this man full price for what he asked you for. Okay. If you don't agree with that, you can sue him. Okay. But I can't let you walk out of here without paying for your tab. If you don't pay for your tab, you'll be placed under arrest for theft of services.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Ooh, even though I shouldn't be charged for
Yes.
it?
That's a civil issue.
Okay.
But if you walk out of here without paying for something, then it becomes a criminal issue.
Okay,
What
well, I
about
would
doing
rather
the
pay
dishes? I thought you just had to do the dishes. Isn't that what happened in all the movies, man? You don't pay for your meal, you just got to do the dishes, and then you can leave.
If they can't make them pay, they can't make them do the dishes.
I'd tell the officer that the menu said the drink was free, and they never told me it would be a $2.25 charge, and they put it on my bill. They're stealing from me.
He is right though. Like, no, they didn't steal.
Well,
They
they're
billed
adding
you
money
for
onto
some-
the bill for something they didn't. That was said was free.
He is right though. Like you would have to like you can't just leave without paying it. You would have to like sue them for the money you think that they owe you.
Dude, if they put something on my tab that wasn't supposed to be there, I'm leaving. And if they call the police on me, I'm beating up every fucking cop. Stone Cold Steve Austin in this bitch.
$2.25 rather than be arrested, I'll be honest.
Please do. Yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, that's just the way the law operates.
All right.
So right now what you have is a civil issue in your discrepancy of how much to pay, but it's criminal when you don't pay.
Oh, is that the way it works? Okay, so I can go ahead and sue him for the $2.25.
Absolutely. You can go down to magistrate court and file for a reissuance hearing for a warrant down there.
Reissue and hearing for a warrant. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's what I'm going to have to do then. But I'm...
It's not even worth the paper it's printed on. I mean,
I'm happy to pay you for now.
Okay. Great.
Pay him for now.
Thanks, man. We'll just hang out for a second, make sure all that's taken care of, and then get out of here.
Thank you, guys.
Uh-huh.
I hope you're happy that you're getting your way.
It's not that, sir. It's just business.
It's $2.25, and you just wanted to be right.
It would be hilarious if he tipped like $100.
Hey, let him go.
Here's a $100 bill for my order.
He didn't tip that. He was just being an ass.
I know.
Yeah, dude, that's such an ass.
Of $8. Approximately $8.
they hate it when you do that because it takes like all their change.
Yeah, fucks with their till so much. If she was a boss, she'd give them all back nickels or something.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. He wants
Give
to
him a
hit
fucking
him so
sock
bad.
full of nickels.
Yeah, to the fucking neck.
That manager wants to.
Is that all of my change?
$91.31. Feel free to count it.
Okay, thank you. I will. All right. Well, at least you got your way. Oh, I didn't get a receipt.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You as well.
I would beat the shit out of him.
I know, right?
Here's my receipt,
pull this
officer.
shit on me.
Hey, you don't have to show me. As long as you're chasing you out the door, you're fine.
Okay, well, thank you guys.
Yes,
I know
sir.
it's probably the silliest thing you've been called out for, right?
No. No, trust me.
I've had sillier things.
Yeah, we've had much sillier.
Well, you guys have an awesome night.
All right, thank you.
All right,
You guys have
bye,
an awesome night. Oh man!
What an incredible waste of time.
Yeah.
Are his videos popular?
No.
Okay.
The H3H3, you know who H3H3 is?
Yeah.
Ethan did a video on him, so that kind of gave him some shine, but his channel's not like super blown up or anything.
Okay.
But people know of him because of that. They're like, this guy's a fucking dickhead.
Yep. Annoying as shit.
He is so good at it too, like to the point where I think it's just real. He's legit that fucking annoying.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't seem like it's just for video. It seems like he's just an asshole.
Yeah. I don't know. Tom Green's a nice guy, but he used to torture his parents and go out and fuck with people.
Yeah, but you got that it was all joke one time. But this guy seems like a shit.
I don't know if this guy he's got to be aware of it because he calls himself the god of cringe and he plays it up.
Yeah. And maybe he's just really good at being a fucking actor here. I don't know.
Well, he's not even real good at it, right? Because there's nothing here. Well, paying with $100 bill was funny. That was a good punchline. Leaving, obviously not leaving a tip. Total shit, man. 100%. I started to get impressed. Once I saw it was him, I was like, he's doing this again. But then once he fucking paid with that $100 bill. What a dick move, dude. Layers of shithead right there.
You called
What's this
it.
cat doing?
I hate cats.
Get the fuck down! Fucking jump! Jump! Get the fuck down from there!
Holy shit, this is like the beginning of Lethal Weapon.
Poor kitty.
Fucking jump! Jump! Do it, you bitch! Do it! Jump! Yeah! Do it! You fucking pussy! Jump!
Is that a nativity scene behind the cat?
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
Look at me. Look at me.
Oh, good.
Up here.
Is this the same cat? The same dude?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Here's another cat.
Yeah. Is this for Dean?
What the fuck are you looking at?
Oh my god.
Don't fucking run away from me!
This makes me worried about the safety of these cats, man.
This dude probably loves his cat.
What's worse, this guy yelling at the cats or the god of cringe fucking being a dick in the restaurant?
This guy yelling at the cats.
Yeah, I have more sympathy for the cats than the guy at the fucking bar.
Because the cats are like innocent and they're trapped in the house and they can't really like totally get away or anything.
They ordered Alfredo fettuccine. You know how easy it is to mix fucking spit into Alfredo sauce?
Yeah.
Dude, he ate so much spit there. They were just machine gun spits, everybody in the back room.
At least you got a booger in it.
Yeah. Last thing I want to do is fuck with people making me my food.
I know, right?
Don't fucking go in my closet!
God, this guy's an ass.
Damn.
Oh.
Get the fuck outside! Run!
Oh man, this makes me
Makes
sad.
you wonder if
I don't want to watch this anymore.
not everyone should be able to. Not everyone should be able to adopt pets, man. Psychos like this, abusive motherfuckers.
I agree.
Let's see what this is.
Hey guys, so I wanted to make a video tonight, just because I got a lot going on in my mind and some things I wanted to share with you, and just these are based on conversations I've been having of late with my own family, actually.
What's on the lip of the thing?
I have no idea.
It's his mustache.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Being a targeted individual, as you know,
He's being gang stalked, this guy too.
Oh, damn.
is a tremendously isolating experience. You can't go and talk to a mental health professional about any of this, because when you do, you're going to come back with any number of mental health diagnoses that they've come up with. And that, you know, by the way, is part of this whole network that suppresses the truth of what's really happening here, which is supernatural, which is spiritual, fundamentally. I am not one of the people, when I hear people refer to things like voice to skull, and I can only go off of like my own
Voice
experience.
to skull? Is
That's
that
like brain to brain.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We got to get this guy hooked up with Gail.
I was talking to Zach Knight the other day.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd that go?
I have contact with Zach Knight.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I was talking to Brent Spiner.
But I actually do have contact to the person who is Zach Knight.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
shit. That's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
This guy just needs a Gale shield and all the gang stocking will just disappear, man.
And he'll get sex robots and all that shit. His life will improve.
Of what all this has meant for me. But it makes me think that they're being demonically oppressed. And I'm going to try to do my best to lay out the case for why I think some of this. Because when I take into account the whole of my experiences here, the only explanation that makes any sense to me is the supernatural one.
I'm being
gonna skip this guy.
I'm being gang stalked by aliens.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck
no.
me.
Hello, everybody. Wild Bill from
Imagine
America here,
if
and there's a
Wild
lot
Bill
of
got
rumblings
abducted
that
by aliens.
the second Civil War may be on the horizon for America. Freedom, the Constitution.
Who is saying that? Nobody is saying that. There's nothing even close to happening that makes us think that we're actually going to have a second Civil War. Okay?
We are at our most divisive time in my lifetime.
In your
as far as
lifetime?
political awareness
Yeah,
goes.
but it's not causing states to try to secede from the federal government.
There are states that were trying to secede.
No,
when Trump,
there are
California
small-
was trying to go into its own
hold
country.
on. No. It wasn't California trying to do it. It was a small group of people who live in California.
Yeah,
trying-
but small groups
Not
become
enough.
big groups if
Eh.
there's enough behind it. So there-
Exactly. So that's my point.
Well, it's the beginnings, the rumblings.
No, it's not. It didn't go anywhere, and it's not going
Why am I
anywhere.
defending Wild Bill right now?
Because you're a fucking moron. I don't know.
Fuck.
Constitution and the American way of life are surrounded on all sides by relentless left.
What the fuck happened to Pimp Monk?
I don't know. He turned to heaven.
I'm in two places at once, man.
Yeah. How do you?
This is
Oh.
the first
Teleported
step
over to
into,
Pimp Monks, man.
This is the first
How
step
did
into
that happen?
Evanism AI.
I've taken over the pimp monk. He'll never
The
be
fuck
afraid of an
happened to
escalator
Pimp Monk?
again.
What happened to that
Where'd you
dude?
go,
I have to
Pimp
fix
Monk?
this.
Where did you
Pimp
go,
Monk.
my Crawley? Where did you go? A lot of people are talking about the second Civil War.
Yeah. It's so close to
Fats
happening.
versus thins.
Enemies. What would a new Civil War look like in America? I guarantee you it would be a total mess. There will be no civilian militia army fighting a left-wing army. At most, it'll be small groups trying to hunt down and destroy each other. The military and law enforcement would be fractured, with constitutionalists standing strong on their oath to uphold and defend the Constitution, and they would be fighting against the left-wingers in the military and law enforcement.
No, this is not going to happen.
No way.
We're not anywhere near this. You're full of shit. He's
There's
just
no way
trying
a
to, like,
civil war can happen. There's no way a fucking second civil war is ever going to happen unless something crazy like we get invaded or something like really earth-shattering would have to happen for that to start, because it's just there's too many protections in place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put Evan. Like, I don't know what happened to.
I'll tell you the war that we need to worry about. It's the shadow war.
The shadow people?
When the war of the illegal immigrants fighting and killing and taking it back Texas, taking it back to Mexico. people like Wild Bill think they can defend their land. It's not gonna happen, dude. Mexico's taking back Texas, taking back Florida, taking back California. Well, I guess Spain had Florida. That's the new civil war, man.
Mexico doesn't have the resources to take any American state. Oh, is he back now?
You know how America got Texas.
Pimmonk, are you there?
Creepy crawly.
Where is? I mean, like, why did he pop up on the screen all of a sudden? I can't hear him.
This is weird.
Yo, I'm back.
Okay. Jesus.
Internet went completely kaputs.
Turn your camera on.
Kaputski.
Oh, is it not on?
No.
There we go.
You think someone DDoS'd you, dude?
No.
I mean, Pimmonk.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, your camera's not coming on.
It's on. I watched. Well,
no, we can't see it. Can
There
you see it,
comes.
Evan?
Oh, not yet. Nope.
let me know. We try it again.
Golly goose, Pimmonk. There you go.
Man.
He's back. Welcome back to the private stream that
We're probably only...
Welcome back.
We're probably only going to go like another 15 minutes or so.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Who wants the liberal anarchy?
Wow.
With our southern border unsecured, we would see the drug cartels and Islamic jihadis flood across that border to seize American towns and cities and quite possibly entire states. You can bet that they are already moving their people.
See, yeah, really believe that? This is so. What you're saying is so ridiculous. You're actually agreeing with Wild Bill. I'm just putting that out.
You know how Mexico got taken away from, or Texas got taken away from Mexico?
Yes, I know.
How? How bad?
What do you mean Texas got taken away?
Texas used to be Mexico, and you know why it was taken away?
Because there was a separatist movement.
Because at one point in time, Mexico was very well to do, and they would hire cheap American labor to come down to Mexico and work for them. And there were so many Americans in Mexico that they said, "Fuck this! We're taking this land to America."
Well, no, they didn't take it to America. They created their own
Texarkana.
Yeah.
And then Texarkana become America. And now, 200 years later, where's all of the cheap labor coming from?
They're
from
not
Mexico.
armed.
Oh, they're not armed?
No.
Have you ever seen what an immigrant can do with a weed whacker?
You're fucking delusional.
I can't see what I can do with a weed whacker, Ben.
You are delusional.
In the position. The Democrats' open borders and mass importation of illegals is a terrible threat to the survival of America.
I think Wild Bill and Billy are right about this.
Wild
man. Maybe
Billy.
Wild Billy.
Coincidence? I think not.
I think Al Qaeda is training the Mexicans to kill people with weed whackers, man, and then they're shipping them over as illegals, getting them jobs as gardeners, just so they can
legalize weed whackers.
I'm fairly certain that Wild Bill, when he was younger, he was a hip hop artist named Wild Billy the Freezer Chest.
No.
And yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
This is your future.
This is
by the time you're old and gray, you're gonna look like this motherfucker.
No, dude, because look at my hair. My hair is curly. My hair is curly.
His hair's curly too.
And I don't wear a cowboy hat. I wear a bandana.
Right now.
You know bandanas are
This is your
different
future.
than cowboy hats. They're not the same. And he's way thin. I'm not thin.
This is your future. Well, this is the future. You're getting thinner.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Right.
Prognosis of a civil war in America. The United States would not survive it. The USA would break up into 4, 5, maybe 6 distinct districts, each one controlled by opposing factions.
And then they would have, each district would pick a representative and they would compete in a Hunger Games.
Have you seen what happens at a fucking protest? They send the military out in tanks and fucking with machine guns to break up protests. What do you think they're going to do if someone tries to start a civil war? The fucking government's ready for that shit, man.
Right.
The government's going to put a stop
you think the
to it.
government's ready? Who's taking care of the government's kids? You know who is? Illegal immigrants. They're nannies. You know what's going to happen? They're going to come home, their kids are going to have a knife to their throat, and they're going to go back and they're going to make every vote they need to make in order to give Texas back to Mexico.
They're actually a secret military. They're all in cahoots with each other, every immigrant.
It's damn
They're
true.
organized.
It's damn true.
There's an underground network of cleaning ladies that are actually basically like Green Berets.
Damn true.
Yeah, okay.
The drug lords, militant Islam, and American patriots would be the dominating powers. The United Nations would probably come swooping in to take over what they could. The quality of life that we have enjoyed would be destroyed for all of us. Subsistence farming.
See, he was just rapping. He said the quiet life that we enjoyed, that we once enjoyed, could have been destroyed.
The quiet life that we once enjoyed could have been destroyed.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep. Told you.
Probably be the only way to survive. The USA would essentially become a group of second world countries, never again to be a world leader. And quite probably, the light of freedom would go out all over the world. This is why the Christian, conservative, compassionate capitalists, the C4s, must win the culture war against the left.
This is where Wild Bill and I differ on this.
You should differ with all of it.
No, I am on the side of the immigrants. I am the SJW. I believe everything he's saying is true. I just don't believe in the outcome he's voting for. I think they're going to come in, they're going to kill off all the rednecks, and they're going to be better citizens than we are. We're lazy, we're fat, we watch way too much porn.
Okay. Too much porn. And then I can't keep my eyes off this fucking squirrel in the background. I'm sorry. That's all. I can't hear him. I'm just watching the squirrel.
Least win enough to prevent civil war from breaking out, which, as I see it right now, is a reasonable possibility.
No.
This is Wild Bill for America. Thank you for watching.
It's not a possibility at all. With our nuclear arsenal,
He does.
There's no way anybody's gonna. There's no way the United States is going to let anything threaten someone getting in control of our nuclear arsenal through a civil war or something. You know, it's just not going to happen. The government will not allow it, man.
Wild Bill wants so badly to be legitimized in all of his bullshit ramblings. So if the whole world falls apart because of a civil war with ISIS and Mexico, he's ecstatic. He's like, I told you so. I'm going to start saying the N-word too.
Well, there's the whole story about him being denied entry into Canada, and he claims it was because they said he had hate speech, but it could have been for whatever. I mean, sometimes people just get denied.
Well, they don't let pedophiles into Canada.
Well, they don't even need a reason. Like, they don't need to say a reason. They can just be like, no, we're not letting you in. Then they don't have to let you in. Yeah. All right. This is a video we've actually watched before, but I kind of want to revisit it. We were really tired when we watched it because it was towards the end of the 24-hour show.
Okay. Oh, fuck you! No! Bitch. Turn this off!
Yeah, this is where you start doing this shit, right? Yeah. You gotta rock with him, Evan.
Oh, yeah, man.
Nope. Turn it off.
Watch it. Here it goes.
We've seen it before,
You're a
Ben.
bitch. Cobb Clanny's a bitch.
Turn it off.
Michael Jackson's a bitch. Everybody's a bitch. Ben Weiler's a bitch. I'm a bitch.
Benoit's a bitch. Is he talking about Chris Benoit?
I don't know who he's talking about, but
this might be Chris Benoit's son, man.
He's like, I'm a bitch. That was the most true lyric spoken.
I'm a bitch.
Yeah.
Tupac's a bitch.
Oh.
Motherfucking prick.
Eminem's a bitch. Eminem's a bitch. Everybody's a bitch.
Oh,
everybody. But most of all, the biggest bitch on this planet Earth
is Billy the Fridge.
It's every hater.
I'd fucking kill him.
Every hater.
Every hater.
Hater.
Every hater.
That's the biggest bitch on the
That's
earth.
you, Billy. You're
Every
a
hater.
I'm not a hater, dude. I'm a celebrator. I celebrate good things, not this punk shit bitch.
This kid is one
I
of
hope this kid chokes on his fucking dad's titty milk.
We're all Look at that head bob, man. It's amazing.
Well, you want to know who's right below him? All the fakes. They're all bitches.
Yeah. Man.
You're all bitches.
This is fire.
Everybody's a bitch.
See, you can't consider yourself a rapper if you never rhyme once. If you just get on a beat.
I don't know what the fuck you're saying, Evan. Yeah. Obviously, you're not a good
haven't you
judge
heard all
of
the
what's
time?
good.
Have you heard all the times he's rhymed bitch with bitch?
This dude's not fire. This dude's a fucking volcano.
I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
A&B's a bitch.
Juggalo
Rider.
Rider.
Evan's starting to feel it now. Look at it.
Feeling it, man.
Psychopathic Riders is a bitch. Every Juggalo Rider's a bitch.
Yeah, 2018 up in this house. Juggalo Rider.
My sister's a bitch. My whole fam's a bitch.
He's got an inspirational message, man. I dig it. Man.
Yeah, it's all a bitch.
It's all about bringing the human race together and saying we are one. We are all the same.
We are all the bitch. That's what Billy's missing. Billy's missing that we are the bitch.
You're missing the important message of this song, I think.
The only thing I'm missing is the fact that I cannot punch this kid
Maybe
in the face
someday
'cause
you'll
he's
get
grown.
to open for this guy.
Oh, I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill you. I miss the fact that this kid's now a grown ass man. These videos are all
hey Billy
8 years old.
This is Juggalo Rider. Do you wanna get on my bill or what?
Wasn't like the first rap video I watched with you, this kid like later on.
Yeah,
it was one of the earliest ones. Was him growing up.
I just like to pretend that he's still this kid.
Dog's a bitch.
Because this is really when he was at his most pure artistic form.
Fucking shut up.
Yeah.
Every American's a bitch.
He sold out after this.
The whole world is a bitch.
He was good before he sold out. This was when he was a true artist.
I haven't seen any videos of him as older.
Yeah, there's ones where he, like his voice finally changed and shit. I like him better this way.
Yoga's a bitch.
I like how he sat down. He's like, I'm gonna write a song. I'm just gonna say whatever comes to mind is a bitch. Okay, what is a bitch? I'm a bitch. But I like how eventually he's like, the whole world is a bitch. He like everybody else.
That's when he brought us together right there. He said the whole world is a bitch. He brought us all together.
Yep.
Well, my favorite part is when he said the whole world was a bitch. He still went on for 2 more minutes naming off other things in the world that are bitches. You already covered that, dude.
That's when the song should end.
My cat's a bitch. My dog's a bitch.
My cat's a bitch. Well, your dog could literally be a bitch depending on its sex.
I mean, this song is great, man. I think this is better than what my name is. What my name is. What my name is.
You agree with that?
Bitch. No, the Slim Shady's a very fucking good rapper.
We all bitches.
We all bitches. Damn, and you know this dude.
I feel like we're playing a game of spit till I spew.
He's got tons of street cred. You know, when he like rolls up into the neighborhood, he gets respect from everybody. You can tell he lives in the hood.
No, dude, he probably gets hit in the fucking head 3 or 4 times a day. People are like, dude, shut the fuck up.
He rides his lowrider bicycle around the neighborhood. You know, he's slanging all different types of drugs and shit. He's a hard-ass motherfucker. Don't cross him. He'll fuck up your world. Not only is he a dope lyricist.
Him and his tic-tac addiction.
Yep.
He's not a dope lyricist.
Yeah, he's great at bobbing his head, too. He's like...
because he's got the tism.
He's the master of head bob.
Maybe he's just got Parkinson's disease, man. And he can't
maybe he's just really good at bobbing heads.
This is some shit you can, like, go to the gym and listen to and pump iron to while listening. It's like... It's motivational. It's inspirational.
I tell you what, if bobbing for apples was an Olympic sport, he'd be a fucking champ. I'm telling you.
This would be good montage music, you know, like somebody training for the big fight.
Yeah, Rocky. Man, this should be on the Rocky soundtrack.
Rocky's the bitch.
We need to get this to Stallone. Because this could be the one where he's working out for the fight. Like,
fucking hate you guys.
It's the eye of the bitch.
2.5 men are bitch.
2.5 men are bitches? Is that what he just said?
I think he did. Yeah. I hope he means the Charlie Sheen version.
Charlie Sheen is a bitch.
Well, what if he meant the Ashton Kutcher version?
That was terrible too.
Oh. I thought we said the Charlie Sheen version was good.
Oh, I don't like either version.
Oh.
Charlie Sheen's cooler than Ashton Kutcher, though.
Ass tongue coochie.
Every TV show's a bitch.
Every TV show's a bitch.
He named one, and then he was like, I don't feel like listening to any more TV shows. I'll just say they all are. Every TV show is a bitch.
Except Saved by the Bell.
We are bitches.
Saved by the Bell, like, I loved it when I was a kid when it was a new show, but now if I see it, it's so fucking terrible.
I still watch it, dude. I watch it and I have a little. I have a little tribute fap.
Have you ever seen that series that someone made about how Zach Morris is a piece of shit?
Yeah.
They like go through like how Zach Morris is actually terrible, like
Zach Morris
unbelievably shallow.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But that's because the historically people who we admire are always the bullies, they're always the strong, they're always the jerks. You know, that's why
I think Screech could have actually kicked Zach Morris's ass after he went through puberty.
Screech put out a sex tape.
Did he?
Yeah.
I saw his stand up once.
Dustin Diamond.
He's terrible. I feel like Dustin.
I think he went to jail too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like
did.
Dustin Diamond would be someone that I would have hung out with at one point in time. That's the level of scumbags I hang out with.
You would hang out with Mark Paul Gosselaar? Who is Zach?
I haven't. Mark Paul Gosselaar.
He wouldn't hang out.
My level.
He only hangs out with members of the Jewish media.
It's true.
Dustin Diamond.
I would say that's true-ish.
Ha! True-ish.
True-ish.
Dude, I did it just to see the reaction. When I was on Kumite, I mentioned that I was 1% Jew.
Yeah.
And they were like...
I would love to see Billy the Fridge shoot a music video in Israel, man, dressed as a Jew, like a, because your hair is kind of curly. A lot of Jewish people have curly hair like yours, man. You could pass as a Jewish guy over there, man.
I don't think so.
I think so, man. He all he's got to do is bring a dreidel with him and shit. He can fool anybody.
Yeah, because Jewish people just carry dreidels around everywhere they go.
And
a bag of gold.
Yeah, I can't get my curl going like they do. I don't have it. I was trying to get all Hasidic,
like a Hasidic
with it.
Yeah.
Hasidic
You need that
with
hat. Man, they wear those weird furry hats and the like weird trench coats. One time I was walking around in New York and I went to the wrong neighborhood in Brooklyn. Like I took a wrong turn and it was just there were Hasidic Jews everywhere. It was like it was one of their holidays actually around time that they were supposed to go to temple. So I saw them all walking around like, around the time the sun was going down. I'd never seen anything like that before. They got...
Who knows, man? Maybe they're giving out free bagels or something.
No. It was like Rosh Hashanah or one of those holidays. I can't remember when it was. And it was because they go to temple at night.
I know a stripper named Rosh Hashanah.
Really?
And she was Russian, Shauna.
Russian Shauna?
They called her Rosh Hashanah. Yeah. Russian Shauna.
Rosh Hashanah, that's a Jewish holiday.
I didn't know that.
Really?
Are you talking about Shauna?
Are you making a joke or is that true? Okay.
It's not true.
Okay, I didn't think so.
It was a terrible fucking joke.
Yeah, I was like, didn't land.
Nope.
And I'm like, okay, maybe this is a true story, and they were just fucking on her, calling her Rosh Hashanah. And then here's Yom Kippur, also. Here's Passover.
Up next, Passover.
Is jihad. Oh, dude, I always want to be a DJ at a strip club. All right, everybody, it's time for $2 dances. Here comes Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Here comes menorah. Here comes labia menorah. A Jewish themed. It's called synagogue.
Oh, dude, this is great. This is great.
Hell yeah.
Tia Havana Gia.
Hell yeah, man. That'd be great. They can spin around the poles like a fucking dreidel, man.
She's spinning like a dreidel.
I see franchising opportunities with this idea.
And you get a punch card. The 8th lap dances. Wait, 8 days of lap dance. I was gonna say 8 lap dance free. That's stupid. I'm really off the ball as far as it comes to my jewelry tonight.
Yeah.
I
think you need to recharge. I think it's too many shows in a row, and we still have a show tomorrow, so we're probably going to end this pretty soon anyway. Tomorrow on DP, we actually have Lacey Green and Jimmy Dore.
Jimmy Dore and Lacey Green
on the same show.
It's the Green Door episode.
Isn't that weird?
Hell yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
I don't know how I'm going to balance them. Like, how are we going to do that?
Let's pit them against each other.
I don't think they... I mean, I'm sure there's a few contentious issues, but for the most part, no, not really.
Let's try and red pill Jimmy. Make him fuck Joe dressed up as Chris Ray Gun.
I used to like to fuck on Jimmy, but he's probably the best one out of the TYT people, honestly.
Yeah.
Probably.
That'd be a great movie. Call it There's Something About Lacey, and it could be Joe trying to steal fucking Lacey Green away from Chris Reagan.
Joe does kind of look like Chris Reagan when he puts the glasses on.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Little bit.
I see that. One of the first times I had Joe on my stream, everybody's like, Chris Reagan, Chris Reagan, Chris Reagan. And I was like, oh,
I don't think he looks that much like him.
The dude, it blew up in my chat, and I was like, damn, maybe he does. It was funny. It was funny. Oh, Benjamin, it's getting to that point in time where I need a butt massage. It's my butt's too sore. Do you want to give it a massage, Benjamin?
No.
Little butt massage?
Would you like a sissy massage?
A sissy massage? Sick. Yeah, gross.
All right. I think we're going to end this. All of the patrons that are going to watch this, just to let you know, I'm revamping the Patreon. You'll see it change pretty soon here. Things are getting better. Basically, you're getting more for the levels you already have. Kind of like what we did with the DP one, where we added the other stuff. So, yeah, check that out soon. I also have to edit a video for the DP one that, like, I have, like, hours of footage this month.
Shit.
Basically, I spend the whole month filming, and then I make one really long video, and it's just us doing stupid shit like going out to eat and harassing people in public.
Talking about public current events that are happen to be behind the scenes.
Yeah, we actually have a camera set up in the corner here. It's not up right now, but we have a tripod where we'll film us just kind of like sitting around here talking. So there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that's coming up. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next month. Thanks to all of you. You know, if there's anything you want out of your patronage, let me know, because I need this Patreon to stay at least where it is. Hopefully bring it back up higher again, because this is my only income that someone else isn't taking a piece of.
Hey, if you guys have seen, you know, spin till you spew, but wait till you see toke till you choke.
Holy shit!
There you go.
Oh, I would destroy everyone in that one too.
Damn, look at Ben.
I would.
How about?
I'm good at trivia too.
How about we do one called "Sit on My Lap Until I Snap"?
Damn.
What snaps?
If you can sit on my lap longer than I can sit on yours.
No.
Why not?
No.
No. No. Ben doesn't want to come out and say it. You're fat as fuck, Billy. You can break my lap.
That was crazy when you laid on top of Joe and then I laid on top of you.
Poor Joe. He died. Oh, well, it's fun being back with the boys again.
Yep. Billy will be on every show, so we'll
thank
see
you for your
guys.
continued support, everyone. It really makes a difference.
Yes, it does. Thank you. And thanks to Evan and Pimp for being on.
Awesome.
It's way better than doing these alone. I did the first, like, few of these alone.
You should have filmed, like, 3 to 4 hours of Trap Ben just doing his hair. And then have him in the second fucking video clip.
Yeah.
That'd be cute.
All right. Good night, guys.
See you later, guys.